Hello, and welcome to the night shift. Let's talk gaming. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What is up, everybody? Thank you so much, C Money. Welcome. Thank you for rocking with us. Happy Friday, beautiful people.
Happy Friday indeed. As you guys know, or most of you know, yesterday was the lovely Doodle's birthday.
Happy
She
birthday.
Thank
Happy birthday.
you. Thank you, Tim. Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
so it
Thank
was
you.
it was super great day. The day before we had our big celebration stream and tons of you guys rocked out with us. We
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
every single
It
one of
meant
you
so much
guys.
to us. Thank you.
So yes, for sure. Thank you. Now, obviously, this is the night shift, which means we're not here alone. We have the guest. And today we're joined by three very awesome guests. One making his debut on our channel. So let's start with the brand new, brand new person to our channel who's never been here before, the homie, the one that so many wanted to see here. And now we have delivered him to you. Ray, welcome, man. Thank you
Let's
so much for being here. Thank you for
go.
taking the time, man.
Thank
Appreciate you.
you and welcome.
Hey yo, what's going on, people? I'm here. I am here.
Let's go. Yes.
I'm ready to,
Absolutely.
I'm ready to talk stuff and smack ponies, smack traders. We all here. We all here today. We hype.
We're here, man. It's gonna
Let's
be good. It's gonna
go.
be good. And then just moving down the line, we have the homie who always comes through to hang out with us on the show. We appreciate him so much. The dope as Fuzzy Belvedere.
Let's
Welcome, my man.
go,
Thank you so
fam.
much, my
What's
brother, for
up?
being here.
What's up? We fam now. This
Oh
is
yeah.
like we be rocking, yo.
Oh man,
We're
it's
so
it's so
happy you're
awesome to be
here.
back here with you guys, man. It's been a week, but I'm pretty sure we'll
Yes,
get
it
into
has
it.
emotional roller coaster, some would say.
Yeah, it's definitely been a fun one, but man, we got a lot to talk about. Some future stuff, some next week stuff, and everything in between. So let's do this.
All
Absolutely.
right, let's go. Let's go. And then we are joined by the man himself, the man who has gone through a lot this week and was cool enough to still keep his word and come to the show, even though we said this all of the craziness, before all the craziness happened, but he still honored it and came through. The homie. This is actually the first time he's the second time Tim has been here, but the first time outside of the her, him, and the guests world
Yes.
Yes.
and into our normal podcast. So the homie Tim Dog is
Let's
here. Thank you
go.
so
We
much, brother.
miss you, Tim
Appreciate you, man.
Dog. Welcome. Thank you for
Thank you
rocking with us.
guys. And yeah, no, I always keep my word. Yeah, you guys are great, and I love the fact that you guys now are doing this. And like I talked last time, I hope you guys keep it up because you guys do a good job, and you should be compensated for it, as I say,
Thanks,
the
man.
right way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you, Tim.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man. Thank you so much again for being here. Oh, I forgot to put this bad boy up. You know, it's been a really crazy week. For everybody here. I think we've all had to deal with this in our own ways and how we look at things. And first of all, shout out to the chat, everybody for being here, rocking through with us. Means a lot to have you guys here with us. So thank you.
Problem.
Now, obviously, look, there's like little other topics and stuff, but honestly, I think the topic that is basically owns the night, for every night
Spend the
apparently this
day.
week, every day until we get some clarification, and then whatever they say will own the night for God knows how long. So, this is a big deal, and the nice thing is that we've got to talk about it with different people on the show a bunch of times, um, and who better to have here than one of the main people who've been involved in it. So we're very grateful to have you guys here. Let's get let me get some of these our homies in the super chat real quick before we get to it. But you got the homie Adidas 20.
Let's go.
Man, thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. He said, I said, hey yo, we have Troy Aikman in the building. The Wednesday night delight.
Let's
sir.
go.
Is that what you play football, Ray? Is that what you are? Quarterback?
Well, when I was a running back when I was in high school, and I told a story online already. I lost my scholarship because I tore my knee, but they
that
called me
sucks,
the
man.
but they called me the Wednesday Night Delight, and I got a whole bunch of nicknames on my show when I started off. But Wednesday Night Delight is one of them. Cool, we on Wednesdays.
Nice. That's what's up. Homie Adidas 20 back to back, man. Thank you so much for that $2 super chat.
Thank
Says
you,
Sup
baby.
Fuzzy and Tim.
Yo, my man.
Thanks,
You know
Adidas.
what? You
What?
should get. You know what? I think if you get a scholarship and then you tear your knee, as long as it's like sanctioned, you should not have to freaking lose the scholarship, man. But whatever. I'm off the bucket. I appreciate the athletes in the world.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Especially, man, we got a Super Bowl coming. I don't know. We don't need to make another civil war here. We don't know.
We already got one going on right now.
With.
I'm a Cowboys fan, so it's already
Giants
understood.
Giants. Fuzzy, do you have any skin in this game?
I used to be a Giants fan. Now I lean more Eagles, but you saw how that season went. So.
So everybody's out.
Yeah, we didn't pick it, guys.
We
Well,
like the Patriots, but
did they start giving their helmets to the Eagles and saying, "Call yourself a Giant" or something like that?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
You got NFC East in here. It's about to get bad. It's about to get real bad.
Listen, we're gonna party on Sunday though. We're gonna enjoy that Super Bowl because that's the best
I gotta
part of it.
work the next day because I took off so much this week. I gotta work next Monday.
Jesus.
It's gonna be rough.
That's gonna be a hard day to wake up after the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I hate that. I do have a half a day I could use, but my boss is pissed off at me. Who cares?
Yeah, that's not that bad, man. It's better than having to do the whole time.
Yeah.
You do got the homie Raid and Blade in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you so much for that $2 super chat. It says, hello. So who is up for plugging holes? Congrats. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. And then the homie Dark Angelic. Thank you so much, player, for being here. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat.
Bam,
Says
what's good?
that which is asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
Ooh.
Christopher Hitchens. Let's remember that next time #fake news happens. Facts. All right. So listen. All right. Let's just up it because it's the thing that we're all gonna be thinking about and talking about. So we have. I call it now. We're looking at like the mass takebacks, right? Where like there's all of a sudden there's a lot of people walking back things. Now, this is the thing. I'm not saying that none of these things that were said had any truth to them. But what I am saying is sadly, since it did come out and everybody lost their shit about it, if there was truth to it, we won't actually know for real from them, because if they did walk something back or did change it, it looks like everybody's getting the memo that no, it's not as bad now. So the memo they got before was horrible. Now it's not as bad. If there was truth to it, and I'm not saying there was or wasn't, but if there was, right, we now won't know, right? Because it looks like that's what's going to shake out to be. We're just going to have something much more mild. And I guess now that we have all you guys here, and I know you're all very vocal on this stuff, and we have always been team, see it to believe it type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be said in order for it to exist. That being said, I do know that people have connections that are deeper or more intimate. So let me ask you. So I want to get Tim Dog on this real quick because I know all this popped. I know this all came out, and you've been very vocal and very public with the fact that you're very upset with the way things went down and what they were thinking
Mhm.
about doing. Um, my question is this: since it all got leaked, right? Do you think that it would have been a better scenario for them to just have been able to come out and say whatever their actual plan was before everybody kind of got involved and had the outrage? Or do you think, like, this was the best way for it to go
Well,
down?
well, they unfortunately sabotaged themselves because they're the ones that put it out as a feeler. All right, they let Shinobi know. He was one of the first to know that it is indeed true that these games are going, and they put it out there themselves. So that was the first mistake. The second mistake is I don't think anything was ever set in stone. I do think that they had possibly thought that we might have done this or we might have had this reaction. If it was only a hi-fi rush and it wasn't so bad, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would have known because there's been things in the past where I've been tipped off and said, "Ah, it's not known." But I do really believe that what was discussed and what was they were going to go ahead with. Um, and as of now, maybe walking back, and they're probably walking it back because they're telling the same people who they told that, yeah, it's going to be this and that, and no, it's not going to be this and that. It's not that bad. Uh, you know, they're talking back that to the leakers that they already leaked to. So yeah, they might be putting this on hold, and that is because of the pushback and the stuff that they've gotten. But here's what you need to know: if and they don't if they do this, then I think that the next box is really serious about it. If they recalled everything and just said Hi-Fi Rush is not coming, we're gonna explain to the fans that it was discussed, and we're gonna go back and say that it is a case in where we're gonna release games, and when they went back to their own verbiage of their own selves back that they had in 2021 and they didn't release anything on PlayStation, I think then you really kind of have a situation where they are making the decision up. Right now, all that's happened is it's just delaying the inevitable, in my opinion. So they're gonna say, okay, we're gonna do Starfield, and they might even say it's gonna be a case by case. But as time goes along, it's going to be something that's always in the back of some Xbox fans' mind, and then as that time goes along, and then there's that random Monday that they drop Hellblade 2 is going to a PlayStation. And then there'll be a whole thing that, again, and this is my personal opinion. So, I mean, if you don't agree with it, that's fine. But this is the way I see it going down. They'll just release it. It'll be a slow leak or a slow bleed. But the days of them being a publisher where they have exclusive games are I don't think that I think they'll be I think they're going full party. And I think by the time they release new hardware and they get rid of all the Series X, because I believe they are now in the process of scaling down Series X and S, and they're looking forward to 2026, and you might see some hardware on this what that this business event is just to basically show that they're serious about hardware. Um, there's going to be big decisions that are made and in process, and also Pass might be a part of that. So while I understand people were walking back stuff, I just I would preface it by saying if they were really serious about it, they'd walk back everything. So for me,
Yeah.
unless they walk back everything, I wouldn't. I'm not going to be that satisfied.
Okay, so basically you're saying if they come out and they give us a, hey, we're I don't know what's all the fuss about. It's only, Hi-Fi Rush, and that's because there was a previous deal. We changed the deal to get an timed exclusive, but now, we have to still release it or some bullshit.
Honor
Like,
it.
yeah, and then so you're saying if they still come through with that, then it's just a matter of time for them to do everything
Yeah,
else that
I don't
they're
think that
wanting to do.
100%. I don't think that they would go about that way. I think that they
Mm.
would say that Hi-Fi Rush is a game that we have aspirations of, like, maybe, I don't know if to say sequel, but there definitely is, probably they're going to make a sequel. But they're gonna give some jargon on that. But if they do go ahead and do it, and Sea of Thieves was another game now, might not be Sea of Thieves. Remember when Colt had that moment where he looked up, and everyone was like, oh, and that was the news that they're pulling it back to just Hi-Fi Rush. So make fun of him all you want. He actually had the news, and like I said, there's been a lot of shit that's went on inside that Microsoft definitely feeds, because they have that information. How do we know? How do we know 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago that Hi-Fi Rush is being ported? How do I know today that there was a meeting held with BattleNet, and it didn't go over that well? How there's people that are talking, and there's moles within Microsoft, and there are things that go on that just quite frankly aren't good for the brand, because either they wanted to get that out, or it was a mole, but their information so far has been correct. So that's why Nate and other guys, and Tom Warren and everyone, even Jeff Grubb said Gears, like, people just went crazy. So, like,
Yeah.
people even in the media were reporting this. So they're pulling back, but I think it's definitely a direct result, in a way. You could say that the fans actually made waves here, and we did. But the thing is like, I'm just going to draw an analogy. I'm not going to say the company's name. I'm going to say that there's an argument between the company and the union. Okay, the union says we're never paying for health care. And the company says, well, we want to just do this. We'll put you in this, but we won't really charge you. It'll be $5 a week, and then that's it. And we promise, and this and that. The problem is once you open that door, which Xbox is doing with this, it just grows into it's just going to eventually just grow into the point where it's full third party. So I have to make you guys realize that that's definitely still a possibility, and holding off and thinking that they are not going to do anything other than that. I don't know. I just think that it just makes too much sense. If you're gonna do Hi-Fi Rush, why don't you do Starfield? Why don't you do all these other games? I mean, there's a market there, and so many things were said about Starfield, but we both know when the game releases, if it releases on PlayStation, it would be huge. So I just think that, unfortunately, they had a business model, and it was great for us, and everything was great. It's just that maybe it wasn't unsustainable. Maybe they got looked at, but there are going to be changes moving forward, especially this year. Some things that you might not like. There's going to be something at that conference you might not like either. But if you're an Xbox fan, all the world to you. You know what I mean? It's just personally, in my feelings, I'm just at the point where I'm going to take a break from it. I'm not going to be an influencer. I'm not going to be a guy that, when anything like this happens, and it will happen down the road, that I have to try to keep the community sane, because Xbox fans, for whatever reason, and we could talk about it too, about this, they're shell shocked. Like, from them to act like the way they did, for me, I was trying to keep them riled in until I heard something that just let me, like, it was the end for me. It was like, this is too much. So that's
Yeah.
that. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
So I think what happened during this whole time, obviously nobody's gonna question, like, you obviously been an Xbox forever, right?
Yeah, since day
Like I
one.
said, we ended up following each other years back when
Yeah.
you were still like normal size before you got huge. and you've always been Xbox. But I think when this thing happened, um, I think the people, it split really quick, between
Mhm.
people who were like what is happening? The sky is falling, the world is ending, burn it all down. I'm changing my name of my YouTube channel, I'm changing the name of my show, I'm throwing away my Xbox, like crazy, ridiculous stuff. And then I think the other thing that happened was with those people was that they were feeling that, and then the quote unquote influencers who put the stuff out there like started really throwing the gasoline on the flame,
Speaking
right?
assertive rather than rumors and possibility.
Which because even if somebody at Microsoft told you, Tim, or if they told Jez or they told Tom Henderson or Tom Warren directly, even if they sat there and said, "Listen, hey, this is happening," to the public, right? Nothing has happened, right?
Right.
To the regular people who are out here, there's zero that Microsoft has done, right? Microsoft has not even alluded to the idea that we were going to lose any exclusive. If anything, all they've done is reinforce the fact that they are, we have exclusives coming and it's for us. And they've been, with the post right on the state of play, they put that post up about 2024 and the exclusive we're getting and all that stuff. Um, so they kind of, for all intents and purposes, seem to have like doubled down with some things, but I guess the issue is because they didn't come out and officially say anything, you know, theoretically speaking, come Monday, none of the bad stuff comes out. Um, I mean, obviously we know your stance on it. You don't care regardless because you're already kind
I
of
mean,
mentally out of the game with them. But like the people who
I don't trust
did
them.
yeah, so but the people who did go crazy about this, I mean, I think a lot of people are gonna be discredited, right? Even if this was
Oh
100%
yeah,
happening.
but then they'll be credited when down the line like it's not going to be an ongoing thing. I think yeah, you're right in the fact that people are going to eat like Spawn the Wave. He puts his thing down there where he's going to take the L and he's going to take this. There'll be a lot of that, and I'm just like I'm glad that I'm taking the stance that I'm at because I know it's a waiting game at this point. Um, again, if this, I believe if they really, well, obviously they walked some stuff back, but if they really, it just was Hi-Fi Rush and SOT, I would have been told. There's been things in it
Yeah,
would have been like, it's just that, just keep the community, but it's not. It's more than that. And I mean, you could take it for what it is. I just know things like if it was just that, that's something that you could just tell Jez and you could tell Tom Warren. But it was a lot more than that, and I just think that that's inevitable. But you're right. There are gonna the people. There's a lot of people who are gonna get killed. Colt. Nate.
I mean, you see the
Who,
headlines in some of these videos that they made, and it's
yeah, there's
just
gonna be
kinda
more
gonna be a
videos being made. People are
yeah,
gonna be just mocking them, and then
yep,
it'll be a complete mess. But it's like I told the creators, because a lot of the creators, you know, even if Xbox did go third party, you guys are still entertainment as it is. I mean, this is an Xbox centric podcast, but you know what? You guys are awesome at following what's going on and being smart about it and talking about
yeah,
what it
thanks,
is.
man.
And you guys are entertaining. That's all that matters. So if you're a creator and you think that you just need Xbox to be a certain way, that's a you problem because you have to have more confidence in yourself and say, if it what is it is it is, you can't like people say that I built my thing on Xbox. The reality is that that's true to a point, and I respect everyone in the Xbox community. But I just pretty much have a good personality, and that comes through too. To doing BGST, to doing all the podcasts. Every podcast I've ever been on has been a top podcast, whether it was RDX, um, roundtable with Rand. It was starting to get really big, but that fell through. But every podcast I've pretty been a part of has been a top tier, top make money making podcast, and not that that means anything. And I've never earned a dollar out of this. That's the whole thing. I still haven't monetized. I held a 7 hour space where I had 60,000 people come to it, and I held another space where I had 2,300 people concurrent. That is insane, insane numbers. Like the people
Yeah,
want to
we
hear what I
definitely
gotta
seen it.
say. So it's like I don't need Xbox, and that's obviously the case. For what I want them to make fans like you guys and like me of 3 weeks ago. Just give them those wins. And what really pissed me off, to be honest, guys, was they did all this fucking shit before we could have had our time to fucking really, get our time. They had 4 games. Sony had nothing. Sony was reeling from that shit state of play. Let's be honest. It was not a great state of play. There's not a lot of things to play on that system that are AAA this year. They have problems. Helldivers seems to be doing well, but they definitely have problems. The year's going to go on, and Xbox didn't let the plan seek through. Now, whether that was money, but that to me that was a big cold water thrown on us, and that was one of the things that really pissed me off too.
Yeah.
So Tim, to me personally, I haven't heard anything from Xbox, and so I don't feel like they've done anything, right? Because they haven't come out here and said anything. Why take the heat?
Well, let me ask you a question. Why do we know about Hi-Fi Rush already? If they didn't.
I mean, I don't know that
Well,
Hi-Fi
it was
Rush is
we
gonna
the
go
room. There
Well,
to
was
if
a
Hi-Fi
previous
PlayStation.
rumor.
if Hi-Fi Rush comes out, then why do we know about this the whole time?
Yeah, if
Let's
they
just say.
confirm that Hi-Fi Rush is gonna go, then I mean, obviously, it would give credibility to that. And again, I think at the end of the day, we've heard rumors before that came true and rumors that didn't come true, right? So that's a normal, I guess,
I
part
mean, I
of
get,
the
but
industry.
I guess what you got to really ask yourself is when they do announce Hi-Fi Rush, why do we know about it for 5 weeks? I mean,
Yeah.
So
it's
so
a
let's
valid
say they do
question.
announce Hi-Fi Rush, right? And this is
Mhm.
hypothetically because we don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
But Starfield was in there, Halo was in there, Gears was in there. Like
Well,
we
that was
the
the next
extent
step.
of where it was taken, it was really far.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of things that have been said have been behind the scenes. That stuff that was reported by even Tom Warren, and he said he had sources that there was more PlayStation dev kits sent, and all that stuff. When that was originally said by Xbox Era was the one to break the news. Okay. That leaker was supposedly the same leaker, or one of the same leakers that leaked about, guess what, Hi-Fi Rush. So if they don't announce those other stuff, all I'm saying is that I believe down the line they're eventually going to do it. But unless they make a real hardline stance, like saying this is like never going to happen with AAA's and stuff like that, which I don't think that they will. I just believe that we and everyone that got upset and talked about this and obviously made themselves heard, it kind of scared them a little. But like I said, the devil's going to be in the details. We'll learn in 7 months. If
So
just
I feel like
Hi-Fi Rush just comes out and then a year later, then maybe I could take a huge L. I wouldn't care about that because I'd be happy about it for you guys. But I just don't. I don't. I can't trust them when that comes out. The Hi-Fi Rush comes out. I write an email that can easily be said. Listen, and you've done it before with other things that have been critical. Tell the fans it's just going to be this and this. We don't have intentions of doing this. But when it's a five word response. I know. I just know that and know the games that I specifically said were Starfield and other things, and basically outlined it. I understand that. I know where things have went and how things have went. I just, in my heart of hearts, I really believe they're going third party, or they want to, and maybe right now it's a little stalled, but when the money needs to be had, it's going to start to come.
So I think this is the biggest problem that we have is because you like you know things that you have been told. These other insiders have known things that they've been told, but we essentially got robbed of knowing any of this for sure, right? Like I don't think we're in a situation where we need to worry about Microsoft not changing their stance when people lose their shit, right? Because they constantly do that, right? So
Right.
prices were gonna be put up a little bit, right? If factually got
It probably
announced.
changes to game. There's going to be, I believe, changes to Game Pass. Call of Duty, I don't think is going to come to Game Pass.
See that? I mean, again, obviously, Tim, if
Things
when
like
Monday
that.
comes and he says some shit, if we find out otherwise, then obviously all this shit is gonna be crazy. But again, that would be something that we could do. I feel like what I think a lot of people got really annoyed with the idea that, the influencers or the people in the know were willing to burn it all down when we were without us knowing for sure any shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I think that's like the hardest part. I just wish that shit came out on its own, and then because if they were stupid, put it this way, if they're stupid enough to do any of the shit that you guys are talking about, then let them fucking come out and say it, and let us lose our shit on them, right?
Right,
Let
but they
us.
they don't do that though. They leak it to Shinobi, who's like the worst person you can leak it to.
Yeah, but you know what? I gotta be honest with you. I didn't even hear shit from
I
Shinobi.
didn't either.
Me
Shinobi's the
either.
first guy who knew about it.
Yeah,
He
but he
was the
didn't.
first,
I mean,
and then Nate. You
if
heard
he
it from
said
Nate.
anything,
This
the
is how it
to
was. This
me,
is how it went down. I'm telling you guys. Shinobi had a tweet that said, not a tweet, a reset era post. That, do you remember, guys, when As Dust Falls came to PlayStation 5? Do you remember that, or recently?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's an Xbox game that's published by Xbox. It's a different developer they don't own, but it's owned by Xbox. So somebody put this up, and then Shinobi came out and said, "This is not the last you're going to be hearing about it." So he knew at that moment, and I know that he knew because I have other sources, but he knew at that moment that Hi-Fi Rush and possibly Sea of Thieves were being ported and being worked on. At that point, 3 weeks went on, and then Nate the Hate. Do you know Nate the Hate?
Yep. Who he
Okay.
just walked back some other shit too
Yeah,
now.
he's the original leaker that said that Hi-Fi was going to come out, and
Yep.
people all gave him shit and killed
Yep.
him for that. And then he also came out and
We
said
did too.
right, and then Starfield came out, and then the Starfield rumor came out, or article from Xbox era, and that's an article. So
Yeah.
I mean, those guys taking that stance, they're putting their whole credibility on the line. Um, Saying they have a corroborated source, however you want to say it.
Yep.
That source is still has spooked some guys recently, but he did say that they did walk this back as of Tuesday or whatever, and I think that was maybe been under deliberate. They were talking about it. But that's how, and Nate basically said it, and then it got out there, and people were saying no, 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 and then we got the article from Xbox era, and the night was I told. Well, actually, we got the post from the ZeniMax employee. Do you guys remember that guy who said he was ZeniMax, and it came out, and he said
Yeah.
that they
Then
had
got discredited.
it got discredited, but that guy really knows what he's talking about. I talked to that guy in DMs, and that night he said, "No, there's not going to do Starfield." But then that night I get a phone call from somebody who I know knows people, and I know like a super good contact, and they're being like, nah, man, they're doing Starfield. The next day, Xbox Era posts what they post, followed by videos, followed then by another corroboration by Tom Warren himself, and then includes Indiana Jones. And then now here we are. Some of that stuff is being walked out, so walked back. So if anybody's been had, you can say Tim Dog's been had, and you can say Tom Warren's been had. The
I
fact
mean,
is
to be
that
honest, we're all hoping that that's exactly the way it's gonna go down.
you
Like
know
we're just all
I'm
hoping.
fine with that, and I'm fine being the guy that's saying, "Hey, I was wrong," but I don't care. I still don't trust him because I don't trust him because the way they let it out with the rumor and Shinobi, and the way they acted, not answering and just keeping letting this fester, and then not answering on a day, they're saying they're gonna have to push up a meeting, and just some of the stuff like that I heard them talking about like the Xbox fans and how the discourse is and how it doesn't matter. Back to now, it does matter. Doing 180s all over the place. Personal trust has been lost for myself, but who knows if it goes the way where they just had a big false alarm. That's fine. I'm fine. I can always do my thing. I don't have to be the Xbox poster boy fanboy. That's fine. Trust me. People were like, "Oh, Timmy, you're all right." In real life, you know what real life is, guys? Making your bills on time, paying off your child's tuition. That's real life, man. Those are real life problems. This isn't real life problems. I had a couple of days off, so I had a lot of time on my hands. I'm watching my mom right now, taking care of her. So basically, I'm in her house with a fucking TV and nothing else to do. So basically, that's where you got your spaces from and why you got them. But regardless of that, that's basically where it's at. We'll see when they make this. I do think that a lot of people are going to be relieved and happy. It's just that I just think that down the line, the inevitable will happen, and that means their games are going to go over. And if they truly put their games on other systems, I don't really have much faith in the hardware as cool as it could be because people are just going to be like, "What's that?" Everything's on PlayStation. I'll just get a PlayStation, in my opinion.
All right. Well, we're gonna. All right. I appreciate that, man. We're gonna
Thank
dig
you.
deep, and kind of see what else everybody's feeling about this. But let me get some of the homies in the super chats, man. We appreciate you guys. I know these went long. We normally get them right away. So the homie Cypher Type One, man. Thank you so much, my brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that $5
Thank you,
super chat.
baby.
Says, "What's good, Pax Bound Doodle, and also CMoney." Why the slander? Why? I'll let you listen. No reason. No reason. How about Pax Bound Doodle and CMoney? All right.
Let him in, guys. Let
Come
him
on, man.
in.
Listen, shout out to everybody here because y'all the reason why we are officially
Thank you,
media
guys.
for PAX East, which is pretty
Yes.
damn dope. So thank you.
That's awesome.
Cypher says, shout out to Fuzz, Ray Ray's chapters, and PS Now, Tim Dog, PS Now, Tim Dog.
No, you're not going to be seeing that. I promise.
Hashtag Ray Ray was right. Hashtag foam up. Oh my god. Fucking foam stars. Where the fuck that go? Huh? Nowhere. Dead.
Man,
Good
that's
dead on
trash.
arrival.
Trash.
Yes, horrible. The homie Raiden Blade, thank you so much, my brother, for being
Thank
here.
you,
Thank you so
baby.
much for that £5 super chat. Says, guys, Xbox is in every chat and media all week, good or bad. Xbox is in everyone's head, and that's what they want. But Tim, nothing was announced, so there's no walk back. That's true, right? Like that's the thing. Like, no matter what you or any of them know, in everyone else's eyes, this was all just a ruse or just a waste of life if it doesn't come to play. Even if it was all 100% true, even if they would have announced it all, it's just like nothing happened because they didn't announce it. That's the shit that they should have just stopped the bullshit and just let it be announced. You guys, what happened is everybody played into Microsoft hand. If that's the case, if what you and again, I'm not doubting what you're saying. I'm just saying if what you or anybody else is saying has any truth to it, you guys played into Microsoft hand, right? They wanted it to come out before they had to make an official announcement that would make them look bad. and instead they put it in y'all guys' hands and then make y'all look bad if it's wrong. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
let me ask you a
Like,
question. If Hi-Fi Rush comes up, you guys are wrong because
true, but
you
we're
understand. So
just the
that so
speculators.
we'll see what happens. Either the speculators are going to be wrong, or there was something really screwed up because Hi-Fi Rush has been announced. So I hope that Hi-Fi Rush in my, I swear, if I had my druthers, I'd freaking take that L in the swimming pool with all the people that took it, from Jez to everyone. But if
Yeah,
Hi-Fi
for
Rush
real.
was there, there's an issue.
We'll see.
I
We'll
don't
see.
necessarily feel myself like, oh, I'm wrong if Hi-Fi Rush is in there. I feel like if my problem is with the fact of the amount of games that were mentioned and thrown out there instead of them giving us the announcement. And so now it feels like, oh my goodness, is not all of this then Hi-Fi Rush? Okay, deal. Like, I don't want to have that reaction. I want to be able to hear them say, if this was ever a thought, Hi-Fi Rush is going to be going to PlayStation, and then we're up in arms, as opposed to like, oh my goodness, that's nothing in comparison to the amount of games that were mentioned. And that is where I feel like I was robbed of my reaction
Okay, let
and
me ask
giving
you a
them the heat.
question. Let me ask you a question, Doodles, and you're awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
Um,
Yes, she
what
is.
if then Sea of Thieves comes out and they didn't mention it,
Those
but
were the
see,
2 games that were
well, look,
Yeah,
they might not even mention, right.
initially mentioned.
Well, those are
yeah.
the
So
two games leaked. So, but then Sea of Thieves
Yes.
comes out, and let me ask you a question too. Do you even if it's those two games? Do you really think it's worth it to give it to that PlayStation where they
I do
actively?
no,
not, and that's the
Okay,
reaction that
no.
I wanna have from
That's
with them. Like, it's not, and it goes against everything Phil has said
yep.
right.
throughout this entire
Which is what
time.
which pisses me off too is that it is there. And I had always said the Starfield was my line, but when my line, like I said, was 99% crossed, but not 100%. That's why I had the reaction I had. I could have dealt, even though it pisses me off because they keep Final Fantasy VII off of Xbox, and they
Yep.
keep everything else off of Xbox, and they will use that money to keep games off your actively Xbox. They're not changing. You know, I could have still swallowed it, but when I heard Starfield and when I heard that it was, Hellblade and all these other games, everyone is culpable here. If everyone but you guys really are culpable, the insiders, the prominent active Xbox Fluence accounts, if they basically, if they could stop that bleeding and they make, like they're saying, just these two games, and maybe in a case by case, that would be a good thing. I still wouldn't trust them, but for your sakes, your guys' sakes, I think that's something that you guys could accept, and that's the way they should go. We'll see what they do Monday. I hope they don't
Yeah.
screw it up. If they do, we'll be doing another night shift,
Yeah,
emergency night
right.
shift then.
Well, this is the thing. The fucking guy Nate the Hate, who we tore into his shit last time, he walked back Starfield. Now he's saying that looks like Starfield was never actually going to happen. Now you have Jeff Grubb, who says, "Well, if the Starfield rumor was never real, then that changes a lot about how I see what is happening." But even that discourse right there, even those words leads me to believe that they don't have no fucking sources at Microsoft, because if you had a Microsoft source, then you wouldn't give a fuck what Nate the Hate has to say or any of these people.
That's the thing, it's all, like, linked together, and if somebody backpedals, it's like, "Okay, well, I guess not as bad," but it's like, if this was as solid as it's claimed to be, and again, nothing is really solid, it's all rumor if it's not coming from Phil, but if this is a solid, then why backpedal if someone else is backpedaling?
I agree
Yeah.
with
Like, you
you
don't know
there.
who their
I
source
agree
is.
with you there. It is possible that this mass crusader, and I've called him the mole, and from what I've heard, he's a guy within Microsoft that's upset that with the direction that they're going. So he's leaking it out, trying to sabotage him. There's so I call now let's call him the mass crusader. If that guy turned out to be really full of shit and got this deep and got everyone this twisted, um, that would be something to be had. I do think there's a chance that that could be true, but just my own
But
personal
doesn't that piss you off? Just the idea
yeah, he
that
pisses me off. Well, whoever
because
pisses me, it pisses me
yeah,
off
because
that
what if
this,
it's fucking fake
but
and
it's
everybody
not. Some of
went
it's not
crazy?
fake because some of it is real because Hi-Fi Rush and SOT are real. So there is mixed. This could be
Well, we still don't know if Hi-Fi Rush is real. That's not
well.
official.
That's
All right.
if they, but they would have said they would give everyone a heads up. I know how they act when there's been things or rumors that were blatantly untrue. They're quick to answer that. So there is some truth to this. There's truth to. I think that their financials are a little under scrutiny now after Activision, and people looking at the books and stuff like that. I do think that, but hopefully, I'm really hoping that they just can try to keep what they've said that they wanted to do. I don't really care if I don't care if I have to pay for Call of Duty, but I would like everything that you said
I
that's
do.
going to be Game Pass on Game Pass, and then move from there. If it's a bigger game, Elder Scrolls, I don't have the end. I won't. I'll understand that it's not in Game Pass, or I could deal with that. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's another discussion to be had. But you guys aren't wrong. You're what you're saying. And I understand the frustration is that you're not wrong because nothing really has been announced or there is that shred. But they'll. I think the truth will come out Monday, and we'll see how it. I mean, I'm going to be watching it, or whatever it's Tuesday. I'm going to be watching, and if I think that they're being sincere, whatever, I'm still not gonna put the Xbox hat on. There's been too much damage, too much things said. I've talked to many Xbox ex employees over a lot of people came to me. There's some things that went on that weren't right. Like like I don't know. I
But
don't
Tim,
want to
you
get
would
into that, but
feel you Tim, you would feel if it's not something as big, right? And you would feel like Xbox did you wrong, even though it didn't come from them and it was from like
mm,
employees that maybe just were
how
out
that
to
axe
put
to
something
grind.
out there.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, uh, if I don't know, I don't think I think that I kind of have a real I think I tend to trust my gut with certain things, and with this, I'm going to trust it. That there's some hard things that Xbox has to to convey to their fans, but it's not the end of the world. I just think that if they truly want to do hardware, you got to get rid of this third party talk. That's blatant.
That's what I'm saying. Because to us, there is no third party talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
right
all of this shit
until they do it.
until
Like
they do it. Like once they
right.
do it,
But they
So I
haven't
guess
done it.
right, but we might be next week. We might be talking about they
next week
did.
we will have whatever answers there is,
Right. So
or at
I
least we
guess
think.
I mean, if I have a chance next week, maybe I'll stop by and say because I know we haven't let anybody else talk other than me, so I don't want to talk anymore. You guys have been
Yeah, I feel ya.
great. I'll stick around for a little, but we're gonna find out next week, and you guys keep doing what you guys do, whatever it is. Your
Oh, we're gonna
show
be here
is
regardless of what
awesome.
happens for sure.
Exactly.
Thank you,
So
man.
it really is not going to matter either way. But I like how hardcore you are. I've always liked that, and I
Amen.
always respect that. I'm not going to start bashing the Xbox community. That's not me. I'm not going to put be a PlayStation guy and be putting on a cheerleading outfit for them. That's not happening. What I
Yeah,
will
I
do
feel
is
that.
probably just be my own person and just talk about the industry and what I feel and this and that, and continue to do my spaces and tweets and just move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel it.
That's what's wild because you brought up, you're not going to go and buy a PlayStation, and we've seen some people return their Xboxes, like turn them in, right? And it's wild because
And
see,
people
you
had
and I had
crazy
this
reaction.
conversation, and it's like, what are you going to go do? Pick up a PlayStation and then potentially have to wait even longer if there's any truth to this to get these games, like, or you're just not going to play. Yeah, it's wild.
Well, one thing
Let
for
me
sure is that
go ahead.
that is stupid. I'm still gonna be Xbox main, and I've said that. That's my main console. I have 1,200 digital, games. I'm not leaving that. That's gonna be my, spot. I might get a pro down the line, whatever, but I'm not abandoning the system, even as strongly as I feel. At the end of the day, Xbox is still a good system, but I just had a little problem with the messaging and things that they've said
Yeah, I
and
get that.
are
Let
potentially doing. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get these super chats, and then I want to get Ray Ray's thoughts on what's been going on. And I want to hear Fuzzy. Um, but let me you guys have been so patient, man. Thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much on
guys.
the panel, Fuzzy and Ray Ray, man. We appreciate you. And everybody who super chatted, we appreciate you guys so
Thank
much.
you guys.
And everybody who's been talking in the chat and everybody, I mean, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. So you have One Punch Jedi, the homie. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. Thank
Yes.
you so
Oh,
much for that
thank
$5 super
you.
chat. Says the media that was a part of this needs to be held accountable. Xbox never factually said anything, rumor or not. Yeah, I think I agree. Like, I think what needs to happen, especially in my mind, and I can get you guys' opinions on it too. But it's like, you know, because no matter what Microsoft did announce it, listen, I'm all for rumors. You know what I'm saying? Put them out, right? Just how you put out the rumor makes a difference, right? If you say, listen, take this with a grain of salt. I've heard this is possible to happen, or this might be happening, but take it with a grain of salt. That's it. I don't know for sure because Microsoft hasn't announced anything, right? That says something that we can sit down and discuss. Well, what if they did that? Could you imagine? Let's talk about it, blah, 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 right? Because it's just a rumor. And we talk about rumors all the fucking time,
Yeah.
right? It's when they say this is a rumor but it's fact, right?
Yeah.
And it's 100% happening. And then on top of 100% happening, this other thing is going to happen too. And it's not just these three games, it's every fucking game that Xbox ever made in their history. They're going back, they're going to actually rename the original Xbox a PlayStation. They're just changing everything. They're done. They're out of the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where the shit gets crazy. It's like,
They
bro, just ooh.
they went so far to put Gears on there, and Gears haven't even been announced yet. That's how
Yeah,
far
the
these
new
rumors.
gear. Yeah,
Like,
nobody even knows that a Gears exists, but it's going to be on the next one. It's going to
and
be a
and the,
multi-plat.
and the way I feel is 98% of all these rumors that all these people was been saying this last week, it better be correct, because everybody, Tim, the Tom Warrens, Jez, all of them put it out the whole week since Sunday. And even if half these rumors are not is not what they saying, because we never knew anything. This is what
Yep.
happens when you allow gamers into the boardroom. Like, this is something that happens in the boardroom every week. I sit in meetings every week. That stuff that never gets out to the public, never even gets out to other designers and engineers and stuff. We should have never known any of this. So if you're gonna put out the rumors, that's fine. But as y'all said, when they say it's fact, that's not a thing. Like, oh, it's
Yeah,
happening.
that's the
It's
problem.
because it never was fact, because none of us ever said it. I mean, we never heard it. I'm bad. So nobody ever
We
heard
never
it.
said it.
Yeah, so they
Yes.
never said it, never heard it, and they never told us anything. Now, if Monday would have came, or whatever day it's gonna be, and they would have been like, "Hey, we're gonna be," then we can act accordingly. Then we can go, okay, let's do it. But until then, I'm gonna be 10 toes down with Xbox until
And
Absolutely.
somebody
yes,
until
absolutely. And we've had him run things back before. We've made enough wave to go ahead and have them do these things in a big
Dude, they
way
changed the
too.
entire
Exactly.
generation of Xbox One
that's what I was about to
because
get to.
people lost their mind. So
And
if they could change their whole game plan, change the entire future outlook of that generation, go and destroy relationships with developers that were thinking they were gonna get,
mhm.
support for the Connect, or that they thought the cloud was gonna help with the power and all this shit, crackdown. It was supposed to have the cloud, it's supposed to do all this. Yo, they changed everything because of backlash. You know how easy it is for them to hear backlash on them going they were putting third party games places, how easy it would be for them to just be like, all right, fuck it, we won't do it. No doubt. All right, it's done. We're not gonna put it anywhere.
Yeah, and I also agree with you, Ray Ray, with the fact that when you run a business, you have discussions and everything is on the table, and you kind of look at every scenario as if it were a possibility, and then you outweigh the good and the bad, and then you figure out which route to take. And so some things may came up that will never, hit the light because you're discussing business and trying to figure out what is best to do.
Yeah, and when people say all this definitive stuff, let's go back to the Xbox One era, right? All
Yes.
we with the DRM and check-in, but it was also supposed to be a lot of stuff like you were supposed to be able to trade in digital games. We never got
Yes,
that.
I remember that
They
too.
they took they took away the picture in picture, which I was actually using. I'll have my TV in a little box on the side and play my game. They took all that away because the media, they blew something up that we really never got. We really never got everything until later on down the line when we seen the documentary and everything. We really never understood everything that we was getting with the Xbox One because people
I was
blew up
all
on.
for everything that they were gonna give us, by the way.
I was too. Like my mom watched that show. My mom is not a gamer. Not me and my brother watched it with my mom. She was just sitting on the couch, happened to be, and she was like, "Oh, it can watch TV. It does all this." We was all down for it, and people remember. Like it was like a month or two down the line that they showed that. That's when they showed all the games. But the media and everybody else blew that up so badly. They had to remove the Connect, and it was just, if you remember, that dashboard was so janky because they took so much stuff out, it would used to crash
Yep.
all the time. So
Yep.
and that's they just come to the things of we don't like Microsoft. Sometimes they ahead of the curve a lot. They do stuff. Fortunately, they do stuff before it's time. They're a little bit ahead of the curve. So sometimes they should just stick to whatever their plan is. So, but in this scenario, we're never going to know because
Yep.
the used to be Xbox guys, the turncoats, they looked at it. They for since Sunday, they've been whining, and now we don't know. So we don't have a chance to see Microsoft walk anything back. Only people that we see walking back right now are the ones who put out the rumors. So
Yep.
and
Right.
me personally, I'm not letting anybody walk it back. No, they got to stand on that. Because be honest, they'll be making me stand on it. So they have to stand on it too.
Well, like basically, I almost feel like the correct answer to this is what Tim Dog is doing. Meaning he's saying all this stuff and he's like, drop
Standing
the
on it.
mic and I'm fucking out. I don't give a shit no more. I'm not even with Xbox. Like that's what they all
Like,
need to do. Like,
if you're gonna
get to
continue to be
go.
involved in it, then it's like you gotta be accountable. You
Like be
gotta
held
look at
accountable.
what you did and what part you play in this entire situation because it's really easy for them to now say, and I've seen some of them say, "Look what Xbox did."
Yeah, try to flip the
Xbox
narrative.
has not
Yeah.
done anything.
Yeah. But let me before we keep going, because this is a great conversation, we're gonna keep going with it. I do Tim Dog did stop by, he gave us an hour of his time. We appreciate you, my man. I know you
Thank
were
you so
busy, and like I
much.
said, I appreciate you keeping this because again, we had this appointment, if you were gonna come here, you were scheduled weeks ago, and then shit went crazy. So we do appreciate you, coming through and getting your bars off and saying what you gotta say what you had to say, man. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim.
I think he's gone.
Mhm,
I think he might still
mhm.
be on. He's still on mute.
Yeah, he
You're
on mute.
muted right now. I don't know if you're talking, but you're muted. All right. Well, he could listen back and hear our nice words that we said to him. Appreciate you, my man. Let's go ahead and get out of there. But yeah. Okay. So that being said, Ray Ray, like that's literally, yeah, he just exited. on himself. That's literally like what we've been saying here, like this whole time. It's like, yo, it it pisses me off. Like I'm pissed because I want Xbox to dare try to come out here and come in front of all of us after we've been making so many videos showing low. This is bullshit because look at what Phil said right fucking here. Look at what he just said a couple weeks ago. Look at this. And then all of a sudden everything's going somewhere. Like I dare you to fucking say that shit and let
But
that,
yeah,
you
but
know what I'm saying? Like
I
we
do
could then
think
react,
that
we could
they
fight
just
him.
went ahead, took it upon themselves, and then they were like, okay, well, now the reaction to whatever they come to us with, it would not be the same. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I feel like I got robbed from my initial reaction.
Yeah.
Because when you sit there and you compare whatever they're going to say to the chaos that was made out of this, it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm all right with that if you're not going to do everything else, which I'm not okay with any of it. I'm not okay with the idea of Hi-Fi Rush. And I'm also not okay with the idea of Sea of Thieves.
Facts.
Yeah, and
I want nothing.
another thing is, I don't think they ever said Hi-Fi Rush. If I think Mav said it earlier, they said Game of the Year type.
Yeah.
Yes,
No
and
game was
it was an
no game was
assumption
picked.
that it was Hi-Fi Rush. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we do know, wasn't Hi-Fi Rush initially made for not just for
It was a
Xbox or
multi-platform
Yeah.
game to begin with.
All
Yeah.
but
exactly. So
all
when
but
they
those
go
games.
back and they talk about these proofs of like, look, they already have it set up for PlayStation. Yes, because it was going to be on PlayStation. And this is where all these holes are that it's like, all right, guys, what are we doing here? Let Microsoft, if they have anything to say, come out here and say it, and then we'll hold them accountable for it.
And
Facts.
yeah, and that's kind of where I wanted to go at Tim at, but he had to go. But the thing about it is, when you got like these people, the coach, all of them guys. I don't like to say names on other people's platforms, but all of them guys, right? All the media and influencer guys, right? When you
Mhm.
put your name on something, and it's okay that you put a rumor out, but y'all swear y'all love Microsoft, Xbox so much, but the community that y'all built, y'all helped build, y'all destroyed in one weekend.
In
Yeah.
one weekend, Ray, like that, I could not. I will go into Twitter like just that Sunday night. I will go in there and be like, what in the heck? Like, you got to get out of that mess. You could not believe half the things you were seeing. And again, the rumors were just elevating and elevating. And it's like, no one took a second to go ahead and say, let me be level headed. Let me go ahead and acknowledge the fact that these things are just rumors and not just act on emotion, because
'Cause-
nothing is factual right now.
Correct.
But also, again, you go back to the tweets that were sent out by the influencers, and there was no like, it got to the point where they weren't saying these are rumors. They're saying, and this will happen, and that will happen. And then to get the furthest reaction, they went to Gears of War and Halo. Like, that
Yeah. Oh,
comes with a lot of responsibility. Like, to go ahead and tell the Xbox community that Master Chief and Marcus Phoenix are going to be on PlayStation,
yeah.
and to act as if this is just what's going to happen, you went and you threw in a grenade. And
Yeah.
then you allow the
Yes.
ponies to go ahead and run with it. I had to watch a video of freaking Kratos beating the shit out of Master Chief. I was
I
so
seen that.
uncomfortable. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. It's some bullshit, man. It's some bullshit. Let's real quick, let me get some of these super chats in here and
Okay.
then let's get fuzzy into the mix.
Yes.
Let's get fuzzy in the building. All right, we got the homie rated blade. Thank you, my brother. Oh man, I gotta wait. Let me change this. Sorry, you guys disappear now when these messages come up. So let's do this. Boom.
you could
this.
turn the automatic star on for super chats. I learned that the other day.
Oh, and
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I've seen it before. It just,
Yeah, it
yep.
puts it on the side. All right, homie says, Rated Blade says, thank you again, brother, for being here. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
that
baby.
$5 super chat. Says, you believed you would have been told you don't have a clue about what decisions were discussed behind closed doors. Hi-Fi Rush was in dev 3 years before Xbox bought ZeniMax. Facts. I mean, listen, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and try to act as if all those people didn't hear something from somebody, right? I'm just saying that you can be given a rumor. There's no problem with that. Again, we can't sit here and be like, nah, we don't want the bad rumor, but we'll take the dope ass rumors when they say, oh, Xbox might be buying Bethesda, or Xbox might be buying this company, or Xbox is doing this, right? So rumors are rumors. If you're okay with good ones, you got to be okay with bad ones.
Correct.
It's not, the problem was not that there were rumors that this was happening. The problem was the way they went ahead. And again, I know you said you didn't want to call out names, and we don't have any problems with anybody, right? This is all just what it was. You're public, you put it out there so we can talk about what you did. When you have somebody like the homie Jazz, right, coming out saying some shit, but then like another tweet, Halo's gonna
Nonstop.
be gone, or this is gonna be gone, or
Correct.
what's the point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just throwing fire on top of, like, dude, you know 100% that what you've been told is not 100%,
Correct.
right? Like, that's just the reality. So it's the fact that they went ahead and not just said the rumors, but threw gasoline on it, and everybody started coming into it and
It
having
was like
another
the
one and
more
building on
people
top
got
of it.
riled up, the more that was said. And then it's wild that they're like, well, look what you did, Xbox. Like,
Yeah, and
nah, they didn't do a damn thing.
you
They
have
haven't said a word.
and this is an issue that I've been fighting, because I've been around for a while. I just started the podcast last year, but I've been around for a while. My issue has always been with the Xbox community, with because I'm one of those people, you take care of house first before you can go after somebody else. So
Mhm.
when I look at the Xbox community, and it's basically the influencers, because when the influencers say something, that everybody else follows, or whoever they're following follows. So when you have people that we're gonna use Tim Dog because he was here today. Tim Dog says XYZ, that this is going, right? But the Xbox community, for always, when it's bad news about Xbox and the media, they'll jump on it and it's a wildfire. But we just had Sony have bad news yesterday and no one's talking about it. It don't matter. It don't matter. It didn't happen. So
Yep.
only thing this is why people have to learn how to make up their own mind, make up their own decision, and just wait for facts right quick. Let's wait for facts. It's a week. Like, we got Valentine's.
And I'm glad. I'm so happy that they're making us wait. I love the fact that they're not coming out here to put out this mess and this fire, because they've had to hear it and they've had to do it way too many times. And it's like, go ahead, get a grip of yourself, and then I'll tell you what I have to say.
Stein, the community manager dude, he put out, he was like, dude, like, it doesn't make any sense to think that every time some random Reddit or some random rumor pops up that the company is supposed to come down and douse every flame. Like, that just is not reality, man. These motherfuckers got work. They got shit to be doing. You know what I'm saying? They can't be sitting here and doing this shit.
The PlayStation CEO came out here and said, we are going to put our games anywhere that there is computing. I mean, no one's ran with that. Where were the reports? Where were the tweets of, The Last of Us coming to Xbox? Where were the tweets about, what else? Spider-Man 2 coming to freaking Xbox or freaking to Nintendo?
Anywhere.
The tweets weren't out. But they have this way of being with Xbox and our games where everything is up for grabs and everything's up to take when it comes to trashing the freaking box.
Xbox fans are fucking soft, bro.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to allow somebody to control you like that, that's crazy.
They do that. It's all we made videos on this before any of this shit was going on, just in general, because any little thing happens with Xbox, they buckle. They're not fans, and this just exposed them. For me, what this did was just expose them further, right? This just solidified. Like, look at all these fake ass fucking fans, yo. And you're telling me you're gonna take the name? Like, I'm sorry, don't come and say, oh, the name of my YouTube channel has Xbox in it again. I put it back, guys.
Yeah,
I was just joking before. I took it out, but now I have Xbox back in when everything is fine, right? Like, that's some bullshit, dude.
You can't come back.
Yeah,
no backseas.
Come back with that shit because you ain't doing it, brother. You're not part of this community that way.
You don't. This is what happens when you have neutrals. This is what happens when you have neutrals And then there's another issue with you have people who their buddies are PlayStation guys. They sit there and talk to them in spaces and on Twitter, and they conversate with them. So they always try to appease them. Like I stood up to Xbox. It's nothing to stand up to. Nobody has done anything. So when you have these, I don't like to use the word hive mind, but you have these hive mind type people. Did I click? I didn't click that, did it? Okay. But
No, that's me.
yeah, I'm so used to controlling them all in when I do the show. I feel weird. But yeah, when people don't stand on their own 10 toes, when they talk out their ass, and they think about it as nobody has a spine. Nobody has. Think for yourself sometime. You don't spend $80 billion. First, you don't spend $80 billion to stay the same, and you don't spend $80 billion to burn everything down.
Ray, that's an excellent point, because I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Has it been a year yet since they closed the ABK deal?
Like 3 months.
It has not. Okay. So you're telling me that they fought tooth and nail, right, to go ahead and make sure that these were their games, right? Like, why go ahead and go this hardcore with PlayStation, right, on that contract if you were going to put the games everywhere anyways? Why? It makes absolutely no sense to spend that type of energy, time, and money.
It was going to be on your system anyway.
To throw in the towel 3 months into it? Now they're broke? Satya said, let's double down. Where's the rest of my money? Because last I heard, he doubled down.
Exactly.
Phil, what you do with that money? Because, again, they just bought ABK. We haven't even thrown Call of Duty into the mix. But now we got the bills to pay. Now we got rent to pay. It went that far, Fuzzy. They said they need to pay the rent.
Bankrupt is the word they use. How can the richest company in the world be bankrupt?
It don't make no sense.
It's just like, guys, take a moment to think about it, process it, and then just weigh it out. If they come out here and say something that doesn't align with what they've been feeding us, then I understand. But you don't write down, you don't send an email saying, let's spend them out of business.
Yep.
And then be like, psych, we're just joking.
Facts.
And that's the guy. Let me say something right quick. You said the spend out of business thing. That guy is running, but there's the Activision.
Yep.
So Matt Booty's not playing that. He's not playing that. Right?
Agreed 100%. Real quick, because I looked at the timestamps on some of these, and some of these super chats are long.
Oh, I'm so
this is what we're gonna do.
Sorry, guys.
I want to get through. I'm gonna get through them.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk.
We can make a comment, but let's not have long discussions on anything unless it's like something crazy. So that I could, because it's not fair that they've been waiting, and I want to.
I agree.
So right here. The homie Rated Blade, thanks again, my brother. Back to back, man.
Thank you,
for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Says, look at PlayStation's IPs outside of bundle sales. PlayStation gamers don't buy their games, much less the games they all hate. So please, games can go everywhere, not PlayStation. It's stupid. They're not gonna get shit from it. So I agree.
They don't buy their own games. Why will they buy our games, which they claim are shit? Yet they were out there celebrating that they were getting our games finally.
Yep.
Look at the thirst.
The homie Jean-Marc Louise, thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that $2 super chat. Says 10 toes down.
Woo.
Xbox for life. No Kool-Aid in my veins. This is up, Jean-Marc. You ain't fucking around. That's what I like to see. The homie John Wolf.
What is up, John Wolf?
Homie, thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming by on my birthday, bro.
Yes, you did. That was so dope.
Stop by for our celebration.
$2 super chat, my man. Says sending well wishes to everyone on the panel. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, my brother. The homie Cypher Type 1, man. Thank you again, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says all these rumors are a tree falling in the forest. Yo, dead ass. Yo, dead ass facts right there.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, it's fucking. We're gonna talk about all this stuff, but One Punch Jedi, the homie. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for that
baby.
$5 super chat. Says, in no way, Xbox said, let's go third party tomorrow from the backlash from the fan base alone. And Hi-Fi Rush and see if these ain't enough to turn cold. Fuck out of here. Yo, you ain't wrong. You ain't
You ain't
wrong. It's
lying, baby.
like, yo, hey, we had one quarter that wasn't great. Third party this bitch.
Burn
Fuck
this
it.
bitch
We're
down.
out. We're out. One quarter.
Our
We ain't
games
gonna
belong
take
to
that shit.
PlayStation now.
Sell everything.
That's our sugar daddy,
Yeah, the fuck outta
right?
The homie Master Wreck. Thank you, brother, for being here.
Correct. What is
Thank you so
up?
much for that $5 Canadian, man. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some time to get away.
Ooh.
Yo, look at
Tell him.
bringing the melody to the super chats. The homie Adidas 20,
What
man.
is
Thank you
up,
so much for
baby?
being here, brother.
Thank you so much.
Shout out to Adidas 20, bringing Ray to the channel.
House. Let's go.
Let's
Hey,
go.
yo.
Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for that $10 super chat. Says, I think the main problem is Sony tried to put Xbox out of business. Sony paid to keep games off Xbox. Now Microsoft having momentum and Sony is down. Now you're gonna bail them out. I hope it's not true. Yo, I feel you. And it's not true until they say something. And for everything that we have to go by, that shit ain't true. Everybody started walking this shit back. The homie Zach McCoy. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Good to see you, homie. And thank you so much for being a member for 2 months, man. That's super dope. Says, yo, just celebrating 2 months of y'all getting monetized. Love the passion. See you, Doodle. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. The homie Mazarek back in the building, back to back with that Canadian $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank
Says,
you.
the credibility of these insiders is destroyed. That is goddamn. If this shit doesn't come true, right? If all that shit don't come true, I swear to God, if I see more people saying rumor, the rumor. Listen, the only person I gotta give credit where credit's due. The only person at this point in time that I would believe if they said it, and it's not even from the organization itself, is literally just out of that motherfucker's mouth, is Special Nick. And it's only because that state of play was fucking beat for beat everything he fucking said it was gonna be.
Absolutely.
He's the PlayStation insider.
He's a PlayStation insider. He's a true one. All right. So for now, Nick come out with something, I'll be like, all right, maybe. Let me see. Let me hear. I gotta wait.
I'll listen.
I'll listen for a second. Jonas the Dad, thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you so much
Jonas
for that
the
$2
Dad, what
super
is
chat.
up? Welcome.
Says 225 plus in chat. Hit that like button, fam.
Thank you.
Jonas
Thank
the Dad,
you,
thank you,
baby.
my man. Appreciate you. And
You
yes,
heard what they say.
Be clear. If you didn't hit the like button and you didn't subscribe, you have pony tendencies. And do you want to have pony tendencies?
Hey.
Nah, man.
It ain't right. You seen them out there.
We seen them. You don't want to be that.
Let me hit the like button. I don't want those either.
Yeah, that's right. Hit the like button.
Go.
Exactly. Make you think different. All right.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody want to be no pony.
It's like, no pony.
Not at all.
The homie Cypher Type 1, man. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that $2 super chat.
Thank you, baby.
Like others said, why wasn't Redfall ever included?
Nobody want Redfall.
Nobody want Redfall.
That'll be the first
Even
one.
before?
Mhm.
Yeah, no. Fuck out of here, man. The homie Cypher Type 1, my brother, back to back. Thank you, homie. Appreciate you. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says, I guess this needs to be said daily. Principles only mean something when you stick to them when it's inconvenient.
I love when you say that. It is 100% true.
100%, man, for sure. The homie Kingsman 2K. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Says, we have to remember there have been layoffs. How do we know this reliable source was a part of that? Sounds like sour grapes.
Sour grapes.
Sour grapes, indeed. You heard that other dude who came out who's like, the real reason I left Blizzard and put out his whole thing. And it's like, bro, you're dumb enough to make a deal that's not in right. How you gonna take a job before the job is officially offered to you in writing with pay?
He's got pony
That's
tendencies.
a dumb bitch tendency right there. So I'm sorry. Why you left Blizzard? Because you were an idiot. Who the fuck does that? You can't be trusted to run an organization. You didn't even know how to fucking accept the
right
fucking
one.
real deal.
They could see it on his forehead.
That's crazy.
Hey,
That was
do some extra
stupid
work,
ass-
some extra responsibility. Oh, you're paid? Yeah, we'll adjust it at some point.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
we got you, bro. You're gonna
Figure it
make
out.
so
Figure
much,
it out.
so much. How much? Oh, pick a number. One day you'll get there. Like, what the fuck is that? Who does that shit, bro?
Nah, I need my ducats.
Something.
But it's true. They let a bunch of people go. It was only 8%, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just ABK, to make that clear. The media made it sound like it was just from ABK. It was just Xbox as a whole.
Dude.
And anybody could have been pissed.
But dude, the motherfucker said that he was like, 1 month passed and I didn't get my pay, and I was like, I'm writing an email. Like, bitch, what? How the fuck-
Hold on, wait a minute. I didn't hear this. Somebody was working and they didn't get paid for it?
They,
Oh, no,
they
he didn't get the
supposedly took a
bump.
promotion. Yeah.
Yeah, he got promoted. They had a meeting. They brought him in. They were like, "Hey, we want you to be a lead." He's only been there for 6 months, right? But they
Okay.
want him to be a lead. Okay, he's gonna run it. He's gonna have 3 people working for him. All this shit. He's gonna have all this extra responsibility. And then he was like, "Oh man, but they didn't give this dude the job, so I had to do his work. They didn't give
What?
this dude the job, so I had to do his work. So I was doing all these people work, and they didn't pay me
No.
months. They're not paying them the extra money." And it's like, how fucking, like, like, you deserve that shit.
I will be
You deserve
knocking
it.
on that door. I'll be like, yo, write it here. Make sure you sign here. Send me a text.
You know how many
Send me an
suckers
email.
put sympathy text to this dude?
Let's take a picture together with the contract.
What? Yo, people are like, I
listen.
can't believe they did that. Oh my God. Nobody said, I can't believe you were so fucking stupid.
Like
Who
when you
does
get a
that shit?
job, even if you get promoted, you sign your was it the W2, W4, whatever it is, and you
Yeah,
you
you
put
get-
you put
you
you
get the
put
new
you put all your stuff, the tax stuff on there. Like how you don't get the extra pay till you sign all
Listen,
that.
Ray, the things we have to hear, bro. It's
These are the dumb-
wild.
Dumb fucking people,
And then
bro.
we're supposed to feel bad,
Yeah,
though.
we have to
Like, we're
feel bad.
supposed to be like, oh, damn, that happened to you. Like, why didn't you freaking pay attention?
I'm just saying, there's just some
Uh,
dumb shit right there.
Yeah,
The
don't do
homie
the
Ray
work until you
G4,
got the
man, thank
business
you for
card
being
and
here.
the- Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say don't do the extra work until they give you that extra check or your business
Yo.
card with that title.
A month went
Yes.
by, Fuzzy, and he was like, it was.
Yeah. He was like,
I would have been there knocking
So-
at the door.
But this is the crazy shit. Like, supposedly he says, like, the manager went up and was like, "Hey, listen, guys, he's the new lead over here. You know what I'm saying? So you got to follow him and do the work." But still, no business card, nothing that said that he had a new title. No, the money wasn't coming in. Like, what crack are you smoking? This is Blizzard. This is not some little ass company out in these streets. If they ain't gonna give you the money immediately on your next fucking payroll, come on, man.
He got slapped up with that pony powder, baby.
he was sniffing something.
Facts, yo. Dead ass, yo. Dead ass. The homie Ray G4, man. Thank you so much, my brother, for being here.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so much for
baby.
that $2 super chat. It says Ray sounds like BJ Smith from GTA Vice City.
You ain't shit, Rain G Po. You ain't shit.
You ain't
You ain't
shit.
shit. You ain't shit. If y'all
Oh
watch
my
my show,
God.
you know they rag me all day, every day. So that's how
Oh,
we
dude.
that's how we get down over there. We just talk about each other.
Oh my God, that's funny. And the homie Zach McCoy, thank you, my brother,
Thank
for being here
you.
again,
Thank
man.
you, fam.
Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. It says can't stay, but glad I made it. Haven't watched anyone else's talk about this. Been waiting for you guys. Thanks,
Thank
Zach, man.
you.
We appreciate you, homie.
That's the homie.
Much appreciated, man. All right, Fuzzy.
Tell us.
We've been waiting long enough, man. We've been having you here, just taking up some nice real estate right there, and we haven't heard all the bars, man. What? Let us know, man. We haven't
Picking
not
up real
talked to
estate.
you. I know you've been elsewhere, but we're gonna pretend none of those places exist, and you just been waiting to come here to drop your bars for the first time. So tell us, man, what's your feeling on all this shit that's been going on right now?
I kind of saw something brewing, like a storm of brewing, and I think I made a post on Twitter. Expect a storm of FUD after like the developer direct and stuff, and like clockwork, this stuff came up. Now I'm not saying that there's no smoke or no fire or anything like that, but it just seems like after Xbox has good news, like back in the day, PlayStation used to be the killer of Xbox news. It's like, hey, we got a new game coming out. PlayStation's like, we just sold 100 million consoles. Xbox has, a great showcase. PlayStation's like, yeah, we just took all of these games away from Xbox. You won't be able to play, Final Fantasy VII on your Xbox because we got the exclusive rights for who knows how long, forever. They always used to be the
For
ones to be
life.
able to, kill that good news from Xbox or kill that momentum to some extent. Now
Yeah.
we got the gaming media kind of joining in on that. And I've always saw how the gaming media, I mean, a lot of them have grown up on PlayStation and they have an affinity to PlayStation. Despite me being a Sega kid, was never really into Nintendo, but I eventually converted from Sega to Sony, considering, well, I wasn't going to go to Nintendo, but it was a matter of like, since Sega was no longer available, Sony was like the next best option at that point for me. But it just seems like Sony has always been good at killing bad news or killing good news for Xbox and hushing their bad news, but the media is now helping them while they're on their downturn or whatever. I mean, they don't have any first party games for a while and stuff. So what better way to spoil this year that should be one of the highest years, like another type of year that Xbox should be, publisher of the year type of deal? What better way to
Absolutely.
kill all of that than to have something that may have started with 1 or 2 games? There might have been, hey, we want to try this out kind of thing. And like Ray said, you're in a meeting, ideas get tossed out, everybody, speaks on them in a business meeting, and maybe 1 out of 30 get, actually pushed to
Yep.
the forefront type of thing. And, whether it's somebody disgruntled or somebody that feels a certain way about that within the company leaks it to people. And it probably was from a site of innocence kind of thing, like, yeah, this probably isn't a good idea. But then the media gets their hands on it, and it's like every rumor under the sun. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense for Starfield, and I highly doubt Phil would want to make Colin Moriarty right about the whole Starfield coming to PlayStation. But
Facts.
let's just think about some of these things. Like, for me, if it's Hi-Fi Rush, I still have a problem with that. I'm not throwing my Xbox away over it, but I'm going to let you know I don't think that's a bright idea. It's your new IP for this generation. Why even put it over on PlayStation to begin with? And sure, I get it. It may fit like the whole persona of like a Switch type of game and stuff like that. But let's be real. No real third parties sell well on Switch. I mean, if you want to count Pokemon as a third party, that's about the only one that really does well. Even things like Bayonetta only do like 3 to 5 mil, which I guess they would be happy with for Hi-Fi Rush at that point. But a first party title, anything Mario, anything Kirby, anything Zelda, any of their big bangers, let's say for Nintendo, are the only ones that really do that 20 mil, 40 mil type of range. So putting Hi-Fi
Facts.
Rush over there, and I kind of feel that they may have been trying to time this for the Switch 2 or the Super Nintendo Switch or whatever. Nintendo's going to have 5 of their first party titles, for the launch of that next Switch. What do you think Hi-Fi Rush is going to be? It's going to get buried by those things, and it's going to be sad for the fact that you're going to piss off a certain segment of your fan base to do it. But
Mhm.
that's if they were going to do that. But this thing is kind of taken a personality of its own type of deal. I mean, I
It
can't
has.
imagine Microsoft being broke or out of money. Like, just between, was it Minecraft and Call of Duty alone, they could live off
Yep.
of that forever. Like, that makes enough money
Seriously,
Activision
though.
did it.
It's
for
wild.
you would love to own a gaming company and have that type of revenue with just those 2 titles. I mean, you could throw all the rest of it away. Just those 2 titles is enough to make everybody fat and happy as far as when it comes to the money coming in. But Sea of Thieves, I don't particularly care either way. But it's like, to me, if you're going to have a multi-plat, games as a service, probably the best thing to do, if you're going to put some games as a service on PlayStation, do it now before they release their 6. I mean, it used to be 12, but now they've cut back and whatnot. Flood them with the games as a service game, so that way they don't even have a chance to make a good one over there that they can make money off of. You'd make all of the money that would have went to the ones that they're going to release. Beat them to the punch type of thing. Although, once again, I'm not for putting it over there, but if that's the strategy, go for it. Take
I
all of the
I
real estate
I
over there.
agree with you, Fuzzy. They want these gas games, right? And they
Mhm.
can't figure out what to do to make them. Why go ahead and give them the out?
Yeah.
Why help them now?
I mean, the
But
only
like you said, if they want to do it, then just throw them
yeah,
in. Those make
saturate them
sense.
like like stifle their development as far as the gas games over there by, flooding them with, good quality ones that are making millions, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. But overall, I think this was almost like a weird cross between the game of telephone and pylon or dog pile or whatever you want to call it, because it went from two titles that weren't actually named, and then people kind of deduced that it was Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves only
Yep.
because Grub brought up the Sea of Thieves. Well, I heard this a while ago. It's like, we also heard that Crackdown 3 had that cloud, destruction thing, and we all see how that happened when Amazon, I think it was Amazon or maybe it was Epic, bought the original people that developed that, and that had to kind of be scaled back a bit. So things change, and that's probably the biggest thing that we all have to kind of take a step back and look at. And I'm also kind of pissed that we didn't get to hear what their plan, however idiotic it may have been, or however
Yes.
crazy it may seem, to at least get a true reaction from the fan base. Like, I understand some people jumped out of windows and sold their Xbox at a loss. Like, if you paid $500 for a console, why are you trading in for $300 in Steam cards and like UFC on PS5? Like, that just
It's
like,
wild.
You see that,
know
dude?
what?
You see?
I
That's
did.
some
Yeah.
bullshit.
That
That
was
motherfucker,
like-
you haven't bought a new game in like 18 years.
Yeah.
That's all old ass games that
CMoney was
motherfucker
like, let me
got.
see the games. What did he take back?
and
Some
He
bullshit.
didn't even get $400. It was like what, a controller, the Xbox, and like 8 or 9 games, and
Mhm.
he didn't even get back
Fuck outta here.
$400.
I could see if you got one of the Series X's for the 350 and then you're trying to get 400 for it or something like that, maybe make money off of GameStop, but you're always going to be at a loss. And if you have a PC, which you're getting Steam cards, so obviously you have a PC. Alex kind of pointed this one out, or oh no, Alex pointed this out. It's like, why are you trading in your Xbox anyway? Or why did you even get the Xbox if you already have a PC, which is within that ecosystem? If you get PC Game Pass, which would actually be probably a better bet for you in the first place. But that's nor here nor there. Like, I think the big thing is, I think if there's ever a problem with Xbox, it's their communication. Like, let's just, take a quick trip back in time to 2013. Like, a lot of those things that they were trying to implement, one, are already in place, with the exception of trading and selling digital games. And nobody seems to care about that now. But in 2013, they did. But I think the big thing is, a lot of that stuff people would have wanted had they explained it to them, as opposed to letting the IGNs of the world, put that message out that DRM or always online is bad. It's like, there's only a handful of people now that say, single player games always online is a bad thing. I mean, it is a bad thing that a single player game is always online, but you don't have the 2013 rage today, because almost everything is online always, because they want to make sure you're not cheating or gaming the system or using exploits and all this other stuff. So there's a range of different things, but we kind of missed out on being able to trade games and whatnot, or being able to sell our digital games and share them with multiple friends at a given time, type of thing. And I almost wonder what would have been the trade-off if they were sending these other games over there. Is it just that they were looking for money and we wouldn't have gotten any other benefits out of it? Or is it one of those things where maybe down the line, this is the future that we're all going to see, where consoles are less of the go-to and everything is an app store? Just kind of like, if you look at like broadcast TV to cable to streaming TV nowadays, where you got like 50 different streaming services out there, maybe that's the future of gaming and down the road. But I think the big thing is, it just doesn't make sense to me, because all they had to do is, and maybe the timeline is probably the biggest thing. Maybe none of this was going to even happen for a year or two, for the fact that all you got to do is put Call of Duty in Game Pass this holiday or this year, and watch the first handful of casuals freak out about it, and then the second half, like maybe in 2025, you actually get more people by the time that next Call of Duty comes out in your subscription with your console. And if you're going to, like, per the rumors, because once again, rumors, if they do go next gen with 2026, by that point, you have the easy in. You have Call of Duty that you can market. You have probably 5 to 10 games for launch for the next generation console, whatever it might be, whether it's the portable or the stationary, like Series X2, or mixture of both. You have all of that to your advantage, that you wouldn't have to necessarily worry about winning this generation. You would have automatically won with the first punch on the next one. But it just feels weird. Like I always see when Xbox does something good, expect the media and ponies to come out of the woodworks and talk about everything. Like I'm actually surprised that they haven't brought up, the Series X is a potato or the Series S is a potato or batteries in a controller, because they used to run
Yep.
those stories into the ground. They sure as crap can't, say anything about Xbox has no games, especially when PlayStation barely has their own
Yep.
first party games these days, or won't have any announced for this year, and only had one for last year. So it's like, as the narratives die, the media seems to, want to protect Sony and puff them up with FUD for Xbox, because, if you put all this FUD campaign out here now, and Xbox is about to put Call of Duty in Game Pass, what do you think the casuals are going to do? So if you put this nonsense out there now, the casuals are like, oh, well, maybe the console won't, be around in a year or two, and blah blah blah, and that kind of puts that out there, so any potential people that are on the fence are, still on the fence, or skip the console, or whatever the case may be. But it feels weird. But once again, there's probably some smoke in this, but it could be a 2 year from now plan, or next generation plan, like when the next gen console in 2026, if that rumor is true, comes out, maybe that was the plan then, that hey, they move more towards 1 year exclusivity on some of these smaller titles and stuff. But until they make their official announcement, I would say the most that I'm gonna do is just wait and see. If it feels like they're going third party, I'll probably buy my third parties on Steam, but I'm still keeping my Xbox. My Game Pass subscription is good until 2026, and I have enough Microsoft reward points to probably kick it all the way up to 2027. So that would be my exclusives box that uses Game Pass, just like my PlayStation is its exclusives box, where unless it's something that a PlayStation exclusive that's also on PC, I buy that on PC. But like, was it Spider-Man Miles Morales? I bought on my PlayStation. I bought Gran Turismo 7 on my PlayStation. I bought Ratchet and Clank, which a lot of people apparently didn't, because that didn't do so well on PlayStation. Which
And we bought it and barely
somebody in the
played
chat
it.
and me mentioned this as well. How do we think Xbox games, or how does anybody within Microsoft think that some of these Xbox games are going to do well over at PlayStation, when some of their own first party stuff doesn't do as well as they expect? So all of it just feels weird. But I think there is some smoke, but what the timeline was, what we would have gotten necessarily as a benefit, or what sort of business changes or updates they would have had accordingly, I guess we'll never know. But looking forward to next week. I'm hoping it's Monday, but if
Really
it's
hope it's Monday.
Friday of
I hope
next
so
week, then
too.
we know it's bad news. But
That is bad.
Yes.
That is bad.
always bad news
Yeah.
on Friday.
I hope it's
But,
not Wednesday, because Wednesday, that's Valentine's Day, and that's my girl's
Oh.
birthday.
Oh my
So,
gosh, yeah.
Can you imagine if they try to fucking do it on Valentine's Day because they know
Bro.
nobody's going on podcast and shit?
Bruh. And that's the day of my show, and I just realized it. I'm like, that's my girl's birthday's on Valentine's Day. So,
Oh, happy
Jesus.
birthday.
so
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
that's
I can't do it.
yeah, that's the day of our show normally, and we're pushing it to Thursday. So
Yeah, so
we ain't about that life. So
Let me
yeah.
ask
real quick, baby,
Go ahead.
real fast before you ask, don't forget the question. I just want to get in furious one. The homie, thank you for being here, brother. I didn't click it. But thank you so much for being here, my
Thank you,
brother. Thank you
baby.
so much for that $5 super chat. Says Microsoft has PlayStation dev kits for Call of Duty,
Yep.
Minecraft, legacy
Yep.
games that get updates, and Sony has Xbox dev kits for Bungie games and MLB. I mean, what are we even talking about that they sent
Exactly.
more dev kits? I don't know what that means. Of course, at some point they need more. They hire more people. I don't know. I don't know. That makes no sense to me. And the homie Kingsman 2K, man.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you so much, my
you.
brother, for being here. Thank you so much for becoming the newest
Let's
member of On Point, man.
go.
Thank you so very much. Do me a favor, all my members who are in the chat right now, you know
Let's
what we do.
go.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat right now. Welcome, our homie Kingsman 2K, man. Thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate
Thank you so
man.
much. Welcome to the family, baby.
Welcome to the family, indeed. Thanks, brother. All right, dude. What were you gonna say, baby? Before
Okay.
I just wanted to ask you guys, like, how do you feel about the idea? Because I know Tim brought up how if this doesn't happen as bad as it, they claim it was going to be,
Mhm.
then, it's because of everything that was done and said.
And I was writing down notes. So
Yeah, because what I feel is that a lot of people with the idea of like this versus that said, okay, well, I don't care about, Sea of Thieves or Hi-Fi Rush, right? So if anything, it did more damage than good from my perspective. So
Mhm.
I'm just wondering what you guys feel about that.
You want to go further? Or you want me to go?
No, you can go.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, now I feel a couple ways about the whole thing because regardless of what they say next week, since we know or rumored to be another console at 26 or 27, whatever year it's gonna be, I'm gonna still
Yes.
be playing. So that's another 10 years or whatever. I'll be close to 50 at that time. So
So
them
then it
trying,
doesn't matter.
it really did. My hands gonna. I work on a computer all day, so I'm gonna have my
50
hands
ain't
gonna be
even
out.
be that old, man. 50 ain't that
Man,
old.
I'm in carpal tunnel and arthritis in my joints.
You see, boom out here. He ain't stopping.
He was talking about his spine was hurting, so I don't know.
That's because he's working out like a crazy man.
But
Don't give up on us, Ray Ray.
We close to that shit. I ain't trying.
I ain't jumping on that wagon.
Nah, well, you know, days, and I seen this in the chat, and I've been saying it for a week. They did more to sabotage the Xbox brand than Microsoft could ever do. They killed this. They burned the community, but we found out who the frauds are by doing it. And I kind of feel like if they come out next week and it's a nothing burger, I can't say, hey, they was gonna do something, because you know what? They're not gonna say, hey, we were gonna do this, but we went back on it. It's no way in hell Phil, Matt, Sarah, anybody, they're gonna say, we were gonna do this bad thing, but we heard your outcry. No, they're gonna say, oh, this is what we're doing here. They're not gonna say, they're probably not even gonna bring it up. They're probably not gonna even bring the outcry up, because that's what y'all just did. Y'all gave y'all threw y'all shots, y'all ruined y'all credibility, y'all made us kick y'all out, and we're not letting y'all back in. But y'all did all that, and we don't know now. So if they just say, hey, Hi-Fi Rush going, you know what? Better yet, let me let you Sea of Thieves. That's more of a better game than Hi-Fi Rush, because Sea of Thieves is a multiplayer, a microtransaction type game. If they say, hey, we're trying to test something out, let's see how this goes on Nintendo. Let's get some microtransaction. We want more players. We hit a cap on Xbox and PC, and we want many people we want in the multiplayer world of Sea of Thieves. Would I like it? No. But now you already put in my head that, hey, this could have been Starfield. This could have been Halo.
Yep.
Or this could have been
That's
the
what Doodle
Gears.
was saying before, man.
So now I'm like, hey, y'all can have Sea of
Sabotage
Thieves.
it.
And know what else? I've been here, and me and Matt was talking about this on Twitter, because I was like, if I lose day and date on Game Pass to compromise whatever y'all had to do, Xbox community, I'm fucking y'all up. I really, y'all thought I was a bully at first. Oh, I'm gonna be hell, because I use day and date too much to sit there and be like, let me get this up. No, buddy, we're not giving that up. So if I'm not,
I gotta tell you, because I heard people flirting with this, and I don't know what people have been saying out in the streets about it, but I'm getting a little uncomfortable with the idea that people are talking about Game Pass
correct,
not getting day and dates, or certain games not going to Game Pass. I can tell you right now, you want to see fucking CMoney lose his fucking mind?
Yeah.
Tell me that fucking Game Pass is changing. I tell you right now, that real quick will make me fucking think about what I'll turn into fucking PC only. Fuck you then. Because
you see that kind of takes the point away from Game Pass. The whole thing.
like let's call it what it is, man. Like gaming. Listen, when we didn't have to buy games, it was cool. I mean, like when we had to buy games. I'm sorry, before when we had to buy all these games, there's just normal business, right?
Yeah.
Cool. But you know what? Motherfuckers structure your life around things, and you're like, you know what? I don't got to worry about spending dollars here because I'm good there, so I can go do this other thing, or I can spend money over here because I'm covered with the games.
Correct.
Right? But then you're gonna take that away to be a bitch? You
Yeah.
$3 trillion motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna like,
Oh,
don't
that's a
fucking
little preview, guys.
don't
Yeah.
fucking come to me with no shit because it's gonna be a problem.
Hey, that's like when you find out your girl can cook, she start cooking for you, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna get this forever. She just out of nowhere just stopped. Like, hold on, it's been a week. You ain't put up a pan. You ain't turned on the stove. Did I do something? Like, well,
We got food. I'm looking. There's shit to cook.
I bought the food. The cupboards are full. What's going on here? You gave me that already. You can't take it away now. We already here.
Thanks.
It's mine. So,
Thanks.
so that's what. And I seen that poll too. That was and I'm like, hold on. How is game taking away? How are you taking away Game Pass?
When even in the conversation,
I don't even know where it came from. But how would you? How would that be taking away Game Pass? Is better than losing a couple exclusives to Sony.
Fuck that.
They
I'd
can have
rather
Sea of Thieves.
have every exclusive gone as long as I got Game Pass.
Give them
I don't give a
Redfall, give them
shit.
Sea of
Bye,
Thieves.
Felicia. Y'all can have Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush. Y'all want Starfield? Y'all can have
You
that
see how
bad
they
boy
fucked
too.
us up? But look at the
But you
conversation
see,
now.
we
You see how
are
they fucking us up?
compromising.
We're
You-
self-soothing
that's the thing.
already, and this shit's not even real.
And
Exactly.
Phil said,
I'm
Was that
sweating
we're
right now.
listening.
I'm sweating right now.
Sweating. He's sweating right now.
Oh man, you can't be losing. Oh man.
Yo, it's dead ass though, because it tells
It's
you if it was just Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, we didn't hear nothing else. They just came out with their bullshit announcement, like, yo, guys, guess what? More people are gonna play Hi-Fi Rush than Sea of Thieves. I would have lost my shit. Like, what the fuck are you
Correct.
talking about? That's
Completely.
ours.
Completely.
But then they're like, yo, Starfield, all these other games, like, oh, I take Hi-Fi Rush. Take it.
Let me
And now
pack
they're
them
like,
out for you.
yo, Game Pass probably gone. I'm like, fucking take Starfield, man. Fuck that shit. I already that shit.
I already played it. What you mean? And then, like saying
See, money trumps all.
Exactly.
Motherfucker. Like,
And look, it's like what
You
Shane G
see
was
the problem?
correct.
this is the
And
problem.
look what saying, like Shane G was talking about. Like, I'm at this point now. They like, oh, we raising the price of Game Pass.
Game
Like,
Pass.
I'm okay with it now because like you trying to take day
I'm
away. See, that's what they did.
If
They
that's
took the
what it
announcement
will
away.
do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they did.
Facts.
Taking it away from us.
But that's what's happening. It's all scale. So at this point, we have all agreed that we would gladly have 0 exclusive as long as they keep Game Pass. That's the highest. That's
But
the
you
ultimate.
see that?
It's
You
That's
see
the
crazy.
that,
ultimate
man?
spot.
crazy.
That's
is
the one
all-
thing you won't let them happen.
Why are these conversations out there? And if they're listening, they know what we're willing to do, right?
Mhm.
And what they have to present to us for us to settle for that. And who did this? The influencers and insiders that needed to tell us so badly so that we can react to a freaking statement that was never given to us.
Correct.
It's wild.
So
Delvex
I,
was
I
like,
feel bamboozled.
Delvex like, that's pony talk. Chill.
Hey, Zeke said that we've been corrupted. No,
Yeah.
this is all hypothetical, y'all. This is
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
this
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah. No.
No, I don't want
Uh,
none of this. None of this to happen.
No.
But
Just don't say Game Pass. That's all.
leave Game Pass out of
Those
this.
words. Leave it.
So listen, how about that family plan, Phil? That's what we
Yeah.
should be talking
If
about.
anything,
Let's get
let's
that
find
family
out
plan.
more Game Pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How do we make it better?
yeah, and I think most of the people that's on Game Pass on Ultimate anyway. But
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
But since they
Exactly.
they took the thunder away from the announcement. This is how people are reacting now. It's so many different rumors that none of us probably never going to hear, and we shouldn't have heard in the first place.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
Now you got to.
But you can't unhear it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't believe it in your heart, it still lives in your mind.
And the
Right?
chaos was already happened.
Well, we'll see what happens when they announce some shit. Real quick, let's get the homie John TJ in the building, man. Thank you
TJ,
so
what's
much,
up, baby?
my brother, for being here. Thank you so much for
Thank
that
you,
$5
love.
super chat. Says, put Gears on PlayStation. I'll chainsaw a pony up that will teach them not to play with us. They'll learn how gamers are for real. They'd be like, I didn't know this is how y'all play. I don't want to play with y'all no more. Let me get my health average. Cooperation only.
How do they play shooters with their thumbs touching? I do not want my thumb touching my other
They be
thumb.
banging them all the time.
Nah,
I got
man, I don't
you.
want my thumbs to be pregnant, man. Let's not do that. Let's not do
Oh
that.
my God. The homie Boss Red 77. Thank you so much, brother, for being here.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says, I'm done with Xbox. If y'all looking for me, I'll be on the Fisher Price Laugh and Learn controller.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's wild. That's wild. All right. So Fuzzy, Doodle asked the question before. What that question was, I couldn't tell you, but I know that Ray went first. So if you remember, or if Doodle remembers, please go ahead and let us know, and then you answer the question. I think it was about the.
Do you remember, Fuzzy? Or I
think
know.
I think it was something about like what was it, like not necessarily about Game Pass, but it was something along those lines. I do apologize.
It was about what Tim Dog said and how do we react to it.
Oh, yeah. Like with the
how do we feel about the fact that Tim Dog said that because of their reaction, if it's only Hi-Fi Rush or Sea of Thieves and Sea of Thieves, then it's because of their reaction rather than what they were going to do in the first place.
I can kind of see it to some extent, but it's one of those hard to fathom type of things. Like the biggest thing is we missed that opportunity to see what they would have tried to pull or whatever the case may be. I'm still of the mind that I don't want it to just be like, oh, Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves, but it's like if they're gonna go, they're gonna go. But like kind of like what you guys are saying, I don't want to hear any of the rumor talk or anything near like what they were talking about as far as like for Game Pass. Like Call of Duty needs to go in there, and Activision games need to go there day and date, like new titles. Like still waiting on Diablo to come in there and some of the older Call of Duties and stuff, but don't change any of that plan because that's your identity now with Xbox. That's the foot in the door to get people to your platform. And if you start making these weird changes now, it's definitely going to leave a sour taste in my mouth. Like I'm also looking forward to like hearing more about the Xbox Game Pass family plan as well. But I think from what Phil had hinted to before, it's kind of like third parties are the sticking point, only because I guess they want more of a revenue cut or something. But that's a whole nother side thing. But yeah, the reaction if they just do those two games, I'll be upset. I'm not going to like I said, I'm not going to throw my Xbox out in any way, shape, or form. I'll still be playing Game Pass on my Xbox, or playing like I do now. Some games I'll do on the console, some I'll do on PC. Like Starfield was a perfect example. Like, oh, the game plays great and looks great on console, and then I got to see what it looks like on PC, and it's like I'm going to just stay with playing that one on PC. And it's the same thing with like Forza. There's a few things where, yeah, it's much better on PC, but I mean, it's still great on the console. But almost every other game, I'm fine with playing my Division on console. I'm fine with playing just about any of the other shooters, like Insurgency, Sandstorm, and stuff like that on the console. So none of that's going to change. But my only fear would be if this is a trend, then what is that going to bode as far as for other third parties? Like we're just now starting to get a lot of these Japanese games on the console that we were kind of skipped over a lot of times. Like I know some people could care less about them. Some of those games are kind of cool, but if they were already kind of hesitant to put stuff on the previous Xbox with Xbox One generation, they're just getting warmed up this generation. Come next generation, are they going to be as warm if the fear is that the console doesn't sell as well? That would be my only reason to look at third party on PC at that point, but I would still be getting all my first parties on the console. So, but I don't know. It's a tough one. I think if anything, the best bet would have been like, I probably am joking about this to some extent, but it's almost like I wish somebody would just put the Crash Bandicoot costume on and have it where Phil is like, here's the original plan, and then all of a sudden, like Crash Bandicoot crashes through the slides or whatever, and it's like, yeah, we're not doing any of that crap. This is what we're doing, kind of thing, where it would show some of the stuff that was rumored that they were planning on doing. It's like, yeah, we were planning on doing this 2 years down the line, or maybe we were looking to, do this on, other platforms for, the games as a service stuff. And, Crash Bandicoot comes through and it's like, no, only these two can go. The rest of them stay, or, something like that type of deal. That would kind of break the mood, or at least liven things up and make it less of a, feel like it's almost like a business meeting, like we're going to get a pink slip. Like this business update thing is just that wording just feels weird to me. And the whole thing where it's like, we're listening and we hear you. I always thought it was like, you say hear you and we're listening. I don't know, but that's semantics at that point. That doesn't matter. But just can't wait until next week to see what they say. But if it's those two games, so be it. Don't touch Game Pass in any way, shape, or form. If you're going to the point where you're doing like first party stuff after a year, like the first party stuff that comes from Bethesda or Activision, all right, whatever. I mean, Activision is to kind of be expected that it goes everywhere, but I don't know. I
see this is the thing. I'm not gonna leave, right? Like I'm not going anywhere. Like Xbox is my shit.
That's where it's at.
It's just this is it. But that being said, like I would be really annoyed with any of these situations that were to arise. Because again, I held firm, Doodle held firm here. We did it on a show every fucking week. We made tons of videos showing the receipts of what Phil said, what these people said. Like, shut the fuck up, everybody, because what we know for a fact is what Phil said. And then for them to turn around and do some bullshit, it'll be a problem. But that being said, I don't believe that to be true.
I don't believe it either. And if Hi-Fi Rush, again, because he did say, okay, so if Hi-Fi Rush does come to PlayStation, then we were right. I don't agree with that either. Just because one of the, I don't know, 18 games that they listed came to be true. No, I don't give any credit. It caused more damage than good.
Dude, you got to remember when Phil sat down over 2 years ago with the Bethesda thing, he also said case by case basis.
He did.
So, and that's something that we've been living off of that, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So we don't know what case by case is.
And we might be finding out on Monday.
Well, but that's what. Okay, let's talk Redfall then. Again, a lot of people in the chat said, "Why not bring up Redfall?"
Because they know everybody gonna buy that shit over there. That's just been tainted.
We should be looking at.
That's his only house is Game Pass right now. Okay, it's the only place that it has a chance for people to go and be like, "Oh, okay, I like the game," but I could also acknowledge that it's already been tainted. Right?
It's been tainted. The update was a good update, though. They did a good job.
They did. We came up with something pretty dope on Wednesday's show that would solve all these problems. And I want to hear what you guys think about it. But first, let me get the homies in the chat over here.
You don't got to read Vic. You don't got to read Vic.
No, I already read it. I gotta read it. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. The homie Right You Are Gaming. Thank you so much, my brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that. $5 super chat says Microsoft will officially announce Rumor Killer Squad. We squash rumors often online and break kneecaps. Phil texted Colt. He was next. That's the old face. Hashtag PS6.
Oh my god,
that was amazing. Oh, he had to know that he was going to be clipped forever for that one, right?
Yeah.
Like that face that Colt made. Like, come on. The homie Dion Hayes, man.
Dion, welcome
to
the
so much.
Thank you so much,
my brother, for becoming a member of On Point.
Baby?
Y'all know what to do in the chat.
Let's
Put
go.
that motherfucking welcome to the family shit up. Let him know how welcome he is to be here, man. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Dion. Welcome, baby.
Now, got the homie Rocket Scientist. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that. $2 super chat says Game Pass be the GOAT. Got mine till 2026. I'm in. No yellow heart mustard. Mustard heart. God damn it, I got there. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to play me on my own show. It is a yellow heart, okay?
It is yellow.
Tell me I'm wrong. It's a motherfucking yellow heart, okay? Y'all put that cotton mustard heart. Okay, now I got it. No problem. I should have thought about it. My bad. My bad. I got a little dramatic about it.
A little bit.
The homie Vic, the motherfucking click.
What's up, baby? Happy
Welcome,
Friday
brother.
to you.
And thank you so much for that $10 super chat. What's up? What's up?
Ooh.
I see you got my little bro on.
Ooh,
C
let's
Money.
go.
Did you know Grounded was a game based on Ray Ray Life?
Oh my God.
He sound like that because his mic is bigger than him.
You piece of shit. Vic, you piece of shit. Vic rollerblades to work. He rides a unicycle and he has a dull razor to shave his beard. This is all stuff that Vic does. He gonna come at me. You a serial alcoholic, Vic.
Oh.
If you gonna come for the king, you better come for correct, Vic.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay.
He continues back to back. Click the motherfucking click. Thank you, man. $2 super chat says, Ray, you piece of shit. I'm out for your chapters now.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
The motherfucker's wild.
That's
Oh,
hey,
my
this is how we get down over here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Respectfully.
Respectfully. Respectfully.
Oh my God. All right. So real quick. So we went ahead, right, on Wednesday's show, which was a phenomenal show. If you didn't watch that show, go back to see it because it was really, really good. But on the show, we started looking at that thing that supposedly has been debunked. GameStop put that ad out there that said Microsoft Game Pass instead of Xbox Game Pass, right? So we had the king on, and we were here, we were talking, and we kind of figured out the best solution so that everybody can be happy and we don't feel robbed and we still win. Microsoft Game Pass, right? King brought up the point. It made a lot of sense. You can take Microsoft Game Pass and you can put that on PlayStation. You could put that on Nintendo because they're not talking about Xbox, right? So like PlayStation people, they see that like Microsoft Game Pass, what's that? Right? Like you can get Game Pass, and if it's streaming only, so if you put streaming Game Pass on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, they get access to all the games, all the first party games, whatever they want, but they can't download it. They have to go buy an Xbox for that premium experience. What do you guys think? That's a win, right?
That would be actually kind of cool, but I still don't see PlayStation being okay with it. But you know what? I think if that's the case, like I even joke when Satya put the thing about he wants to put Microsoft something like AI on all devices. I was like, how about you put Microsoft Edge and Copilot on the PlayStation 5 or something, because they need that browser not just for Pornhub, but they could actually do Game Pass at that point. So to me, I think that would actually be cool, because especially if it's just streaming, because at that point, if like somebody like me, I have a PlayStation, I have an Xbox and things along those lines. So if I felt like streaming the stuff on the PlayStation while I have something else running on the Xbox, or one of the kids is on the well, actually they're on their PCs, but if they were on the Xbox, or my wife wants to watch Netflix on there and I'm on the PlayStation, I could still stream my, Xbox games there and stuff like that. So I think it would be cool. It would probably piss off a lot of the ponies with a lot of salty tears kind of thing, because they thought that they were getting, the premium experience of having, Starfield that they could either purchase digitally or physically type of thing. But I don't think I'd be opposed to it, because that kind of falls in line with what Phil said. We got Bethesda to be exclusive wherever Game Pass exists. That's still a Game Pass. So yeah, I think that would work.
Yes, and they're putting them on TVs. They're putting them, it's if it's going everywhere. I mean,
And it doesn't
technically,
mess
it's
anything
an
up.
app.
And
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
actually
mess anything up.
I actually listened to y'all show that day, and I heard
nice.
King say I heard
Thank
King
you.
say it. You will. I heard King say it, and my issue, I don't know if it's an issue, but my thinking is because didn't Microsoft sign a cloud deal? Because that would be cloud. That's what we were talking about, right? It would be cloud. Didn't Microsoft sign a cloud deal with Ubisoft that we haven't heard anything
For
about yet?
They did,
just for
yes.
Activision
For
Blizzard.
Activision, was it just for Activision Blizzard, or did they actually
Yeah, it was
extend it?
just for Activision
So
Blizzard.
They were
so
trying to close the ABK deal.
so when they, if let's say Call of Duty or the next Overwatch or whatever they're doing, that if they was gonna do that for the Activision game, it would have had to be cloud streaming, right? So
Mhm.
I don't think they would do 2 different apps for Xbox games. So how will we work with that? Because
Well, I think the contract would just need to be that Ubisoft is cool with it. You know, Ubisoft's going to get their
license,
cut.
Yeah,
Ubisoft gonna
Yeah,
license it out to. So this is where stuff get weird at. So Ubisoft is gonna license out our games to ourselves to put on cloud.
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That's crazy.
They get a piece of the pie.
Yeah, so they're gonna get that money anyway. But I
Yeah.
can see it happening. But do you know the shit that was that I would have to take on Twitter after that just because they like, oh, we get to play Halo 2 or we get to do this.
Yeah, but with our thought on it, and the reason why we ultimately were okay with it is because that same pony, remember, they have to subscribe to Game Pass. It's not just
Correct.
like, hey, I have a PlayStation, I have it. So you
Correct.
got to subscribe to Game Pass. There's nothing stopping them from just turning on his TV. I mean, King made the joke that they got TCLs and there's no Game Pass app on there.
No,
but
that's
if they have a TV that has Game Pass, a PC that, you know, they can have a shitty ass laptop, it'll run Game Pass like a champ, right? So like there's nothing
Meaning,
at
other
that
than
point,
the PlayStation,
they
they
have
have
other
other
ways without an
access
Xbox.
to Game Pass, whether it's through a TV app or, you know, through their PC if they have one or laptop. And so this will kind of just allow Game Pass to grow even further. But it was just really weird for GameStop to put that out.
now I've been seeing that people been kind of debunking, like you said, debunking the
Yeah, they
Microsoft.
walked back and they did another tweet, but the tweet that or the message that or the advertisement they did now makes me believe that it was real because they say they put the tweet out for it and they put Xbox Game Pass. Definitely not Microsoft. And like has like a
So somebody
wink at
probably
the
chewed them
end.
out.
Yeah, so it's like definitely not Microsoft. Wink. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody went
man.
early. Somebody jumped early.
And the thing about it is, I pass by GameStop's headquarters every day to work, and I knew people that worked there. I'm like, and they not the brightest of bunch there, so like, yeah, but so I could see, and like I said, I could see them do it, but I wouldn't hate it because we known since day one that Phil wanted Game Pass on Nintendo and Sony products because he knew that would get people that play games are. It just makes sense that the people that play games are on that system. You put a service there. Now think about it. What they say they don't want our games, so would it actually sell? That's what they say. But I've been hearing all week them begging. No, yeah, we put Game Pass on there with our games, right? They for the last, I don't know, forever. They've been saying our games are trash.
Yes.
So they say they don't play our games, but I heard all week since Sunday that they've been bragging that they get to play. Oh, I can't wait to play Halo with you, Tim. I just can't wait to play Gears when you get it. So if they hold true to their word, it's not gonna sell. But we know that's a lie. So we know it will sell. So,
They're all closeted Xbox fans, man.
They
go and they're like, Xbox sucks. Then they go into their closet and like, oh, finally, gaming, good gaming. This is the way.
They're the same ones
and I said it on that show. They just don't want to be
for
wrong.
800 hours and then give it a bad review.
Fuzzy. This game is the worst. I'm just hate playing it for 800 hours.
That's it.
Yeah, that dude that spent like $400 on 400 hours on Starfield, and then told me he hated it. I'm like, what?
Like, shut up. Shut up. Or 400. I spent 400 hours playing this game, and at first I thought it was amazing, but after the 399th hour, I was like, man, I'm lowering this shit down. This shit ain't no 9 no more. Nah, that's an 8. That 1 extra hour took it too far, man.
That was too much.
First $3.99,
That
I was
hour was
chilling.
not fun on my way out.
It was
That last
repetitive.
hour was the
Like, wait,
worst.
what?
Exactly. Help me understand this shit. You
Fuck
can't.
outta here with that
Yeah.
bullshit.
Mr. Kima. Okay.
Razor Ultron says they can stream Game Pass through their cell phone if they own one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they already have access to it anyway. So
Right.
if we put Game Pass on PlayStation, can you imagine you're on there and you see like on your friends list or you see just a notification because you follow them just to track them, and they're saying and they're like
Track the
playing
ponies.
Halo via Game Pass on PlayStation. It's like, yeah, you thirsty bitch. Yeah, you know you didn't have no fucking games. Now look at you playing that shit streaming. You can't even play that shit right.
Talk about tweets.
Punk asses, yo.
Fuck you, baby. Welcome,
The
love. What
homie
is
Farq you.
up?
What's good, fam? Says hello, CMoney, Doodle, Ray
Hi,
Ray, and
baby.
Fuzzy. I'm in the US of A, baby.
Woo! Let's go.
Just arrived in Houston, flying
Yes.
off to Nicaragua. What the fuck? That's a real
Wow.
that's a real turn. Like
It really is.
I'm in Houston, baby. Go to Nicaragua tomorrow. Like what the, that's a real
boy.
that's a leap.
You're talking about somebody
that's
in,
dope,
I'm in Texas right now. There's no way you can go to Nicaragua from Texas. You'll be on that plane all day. Nah, we good.
Oh man, he says I might not be around much for the next 2 weeks. What do you mean?
We're gonna
Nicaragua
miss you,
doesn't have
baby.
high quality Wi-Fi or
Oh,
internet
man.
connection?
Oh man.
Mm.
Come
You
on,
the
man.
satellite. You the satellite.
Satellite. Listen, I know my iPhone, I could get satellite shit. I got to point at the stars in a
Roman.
certain direction. It works, yo. It
You guys
works.
are wild.
Mr. Kima says Activision Blizzard games will appear on Ubisoft Cloud Streaming on March 31st, 2024.
Okay, that's the answer.
So it's coming up pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, baby? Welcome.
Thank you for being here, brother. All right, so listen. We've been dealing with this for this whole week, right? I think things are settling down, right? People are starting to get a grip, right? You got a lot of the people who took Xbox out their name, they're still talking as if they still are down with Xbox and shit, right? So let me ask you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, just your opinion, obviously you don't know anything more than anybody else, but not your hope. Do you believe? I want to know what your belief system is. What is gonna happen next week? What are they gonna say? What do you think Phil and the gang are gonna come out and announce?
All right. If I had to say, I think they're gonna show you something with Game Pass. It could be the thing we just got to talking about. Something with Game Pass. But if I'm thinking it's all the smoke and it might be a little bit of fire, I think Sea of Thieves might be gone. And
You think Sea of Thieves?
I think Sea of Thieves might be gone. But they can't really talk shit about that because they say, I said, well, y'all didn't get Starfield. that's how I'm gonna act. So.
Do you think they look at Sea of Thieves and say, well, we are already with Fallout 76. We already have Elder Scrolls. Like, why would they get pissed if we threw another one of the
Correct,
multiplayer
moneymaker,
multiplayer online games?
Yeah, and that's why I don't think so. I don't think people will get totally pissed about that anyway, because Minecraft and the two biggest ones is Minecraft and Call of Duty. The only big one they can't get is Halo. They get Halo, we're gonna be mad. But then I don't. But we're gonna be. It's gonna be a riot.
It's gonna be a fight.
It's gonna be they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a big problem. They get Halo.
But Sea of Thieves, I think they get Sea of Thieves. That's what I'm.
This is what I want to do, because we made light of Sea of Thieves, like nobody's gonna give a shit, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in the chat. If
we're gonna have a poll. Let's go.
Of Thieves goes to PlayStation,
Well, look,
Dot, dot,
this
dot.
pain, shout out to this pain in the chat. He says, I believe that I'm going to win the lottery next week. Listen, you should ask these insiders for the numbers to play. And I think you may be onto something, this pain. Shout out to you, baby. What's up? Thank you for rocking with us.
All right, I'm starting to pull. Let's just see. Let's just see what people are feeling. See if these goes to PlayStation. Riot, or I can accept that. Let's see what they're feeling in there. Fuzzy, what do you think? What does your gut tell you is happening next week? And when I say next week, we could be talking a few days from today.
Yeah. I'm going to give you my fear first, and then what I think may actually happen. My fear is Call of Duty doesn't go day and date. That's my fear. I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope that's not even an on the table type of thing, but that's my fear. What I think we do get notified next week is that there might be some smaller titles to go over to like Switch. Unless Satya is kind of forcing the hand somewhere, I can't imagine anything else going to PlayStation. Like the people that tried to break this Activision Blizzard deal get anything from us. Like if I'm not mistaken, that 10-year deal that they have is just for Call of Duty because Jim Ryan put up such a fight. Like Nintendo has it where anything from Activision, Blizzard, and whatnot can go to them for the next 10 years. But I think PlayStation is specifically worded for Call of Duty only. So I don't think
Nintendo's
PlayStation
is only for Call of Duty.
Yeah. The Nintendo's only okay.
Yeah. They thought so. It was Tim Stewart, bitch ass, who sat there and confused everybody because Tim Stewart went ahead. He made the post like, "Oh, we're bringing Call of Duty and other Xbox games to them," but then that message got deleted, and Phil put out a tweet like, "Call of Duty is the deal, and that's the only deal." So
I could see possibly Hi-Fi Rush, and here's where it would be one of those good feeling situations. But I mean, I'd still be kind of upset, but not worth rioting or anything like that. Somebody in Fun Speculations chat a while ago, or put a comment on the video. Tango Gameworks is Xbox's only Japanese studio, and Xbox in Japan has like 1% of coverage out there, or that's as big of the market share that they have is like 1%. So if you're a Japanese studio and all of the people that you live around and work around are in Japan, wouldn't you want some of them to play that game? Now, convincing some of them to hop on board and buy an Xbox over there might not be the easiest convincing, especially with localization and advertising and stuff not being quite what it could be over there. And sure, some could probably do like Game Pass as far as like on their PC or mobile device and stuff like that. But what if the people at Tango Gameworks wants it so, at least in their area, the game is being able to be played on devices that are almost in everybody's hands. So having it go to PlayStation or having it go to Switch would at least have it where some of the people that they maybe they take public transportation would be like, oh yeah, you work on that game. Oh, I finally got to try it out, kind of thing. So it would be kind of cool in that regard from the developer standpoint, although I don't think a company should necessarily make the decision based on the developer, but to keep them happy, I could see that being the case. But I think we get that one announced, and hopefully it stops there. I'm not going to lie. I know a few people in the Forza community were like, hey, maybe Forza should go over there, but I kind of don't want it to go there because then we'll have more comparison videos. And right now there needs to be some patches for Motorsport. Great on handling, but there's a few other, like replay things and things like that aren't quite where they need to be just yet. So that might backfire on them if they put something like that over there. Although they definitely could use an arcade racer. Like sure they already have GT7, but Drive Club died almost a decade ago, so they could use an arcade racer outside of Need for Speed, but I still wouldn't
They
want
can
it
use
over there.
anything they can get. Like at this
Exactly.
point, we saw that freaking mess that they had going on. That state of play was shit. It was pure trash. I'm gonna tell you right now. See, sorry, go ahead, Fuzzy. Finish.
No,
I got.
No, I was going to say that state of play definitely shows where they're at this point, where they're relying on third party,
trash.
and the third party that they're relying on aren't even the ones that their fan base are jumping up and down for. Like, I don't see people talking about Foam Stars. Like Foam Stars, it seems like Foam Stars died faster than Destruction All Stars. Like, I didn't even think that would be possible.
Didn't even take off.
It's so true. It's not even funny that you said that, because literally, like, Destruction All-Star, it came out, and I remember a few people like trying to act like they were playing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it became clear they weren't. But then this one, I don't think a
They don't
motherfucker
even wanna
turned this game
pretend.
on.
I think Reforge was playing it, but it's like, bro, that's as good.
I don't
Foam
think
Stars as good as
anybody-
your coffee, bro.
Bro, they gave it away for free, and nobody will touch that fucking game.
We don't want this shit. That's what they said.
No, we don't. It's crazy, but we don't. Let me here. We have hold on. Are you correct out silent? Did you just send 2? Wait, is this fucked up, or did it do something? Did he send did he send the super chat twice? Identical?
Yeah. Well, there's some
Silence drinking.
capital letters differences.
He's drinking
Silence.
that drink. He has
Silent
some
is
of that
having a good
coffee.
Friday night.
Reforge coffee, yo.
Fucking silence. Silent why? But thank you. Maybe he
Thank
just wanted to
you.
do a 10. And he
Oh,
just-
thank you,
could have just
Silent.
did a different message. But thank you, brother, for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for $5 super chat. Says,
He means it that much, whatever
make
this.
Sea of Thieves walk the plank off the Sony. Redfall 2, 0 shits given. They can have all the crappy, sloppy seconds they want. And then he says it again with his chest. All right, I'm gonna say it differently
This
this
time he
time.
did it with chest.
Now he said, make Sea of Thieves walk the plank off the Sony. Redfall 2, 0 shits given. I just feel me. He's like raised out. You know what I'm saying? They can have all the crappy, sloppy seconds they want. That's the way I envisioned that one. All right, that's the way. That's the way I. God damn it, Silent. Oh, that's funny, man. Cypher Type was
Thank you,
thank you so much,
baby.
brother, for being here. Thank you so much for that $2 super chat. Says, think Sea of Thieves will get 30 million players. Doesn't it already fucking have 30 million players?
It's got like 35, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you get 30 million PlayStation players, because I don't even think.
No shot in
They
hell.
don't even have 30 million
Guys,
PlayStation
come
players.
on, let's
They just
remember
have
how
consoles.
Sea of Thieves started, right? And now how much work went into that game to go ahead and have it be doing as well as it is, and then be like, here, ponies, you get to have it. That's bullshit. I'm a rational person, but fuck the ponies. I don't want them getting shit, and I don't
No.
care what they say about it. I don't think we should give them a lifeline. No, why? What have they done to deserve that shit? All they did was freaking try to take all the damn exclusives, right? To the point that freaking Phil had to go to Satya to go get some money, to go get some studios to be able to have some games that actually belong to us. And for these games to then be like, listen, guys, we were talking about competing, but apparently we don't fucking understand the definition of that shit either. Here are our games. That's bullshit. So no, I don't want any of our shit going over there, because these ponies ain't shit, and all they do is talk shit. So let them talk shit while they don't got shit to play.
Facts.
Yeah.
Bars.
That's where I'm at.
Absolutely.
That's what she thinks happening next week.
Hey, so before we go to the next topic, Fuzzy, I got a question.
Yeah.
What do you think if they do just Forza Horizon? Forget Forza Motorsport. Forza Horizon are already patched and everything. So what if they do Horizon instead of Motorsport?
I would kind of hate the idea.
That'd be worse.
Bussy loves his car games.
But here's the thing. I think it would teach a lot of people over on that side a lesson that, like, they always try to say, well, GT7 is simply the best, but they'll get to see what an actual good arcade racer is like. that has handling that feels a little less arcadey
More
compared
STEM.
to your Need for Speed. So I think I think that's the game. If they were to put it over there, we have like I think it's between 30 and 35 million for that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them getting 20 million players over there. Because you know Polyphony has not been keeping up with the Joneses, let's say.
At
Like
all.
they put out a game once every 10 years, it seems, and they're slow with updates. And I understand all the details and all that stuff, but this seeing the quality of that game and all that it has, I mean, I think it would change a lot of PlayStation perspective. It's the game that brought me to Xbox. Like, I'll just quick story. I was PlayStation for one, and then by PlayStation 2, I went to PC, and then Microsoft with Vista and ME kind of screwed things up. So I went and got me a PS3. Looked at the Xbox 360, but never bothered with it. PlayStation 4, got it day one, but Drive Club was delayed a year. I had to wait a year. All right. Game comes out. They're talking about it's a Forza killer. I don't have a clue what Forza is because I wasn't paying attention to Xbox at the time. Comes out a year late and it's busted for 3 months. Now, this is an online racing game that can't get online for 3 months after a year delay. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, this is supposed to be a Forza killer. Let me see what this Forza is about. I get an Xbox, got Forza Horizon 2, haven't looked back since. I mean, yes, I still buy some titles on PlayStation, but majority of the stuff that I was buying stopped. So Forza Horizon 2 compared to what Drive Club was, yeah, the rain looked better as far as the dynamic weather, but Forza Horizon 2 had dynamic weather. Plus, you could go off the track and go other places and around trees and stuff like that. And ever since then, that game has been stellar as far as 3, 4, and 5. And I can't wait to see if they do Japan for 6. But I think that would be the game that would bring a good bit of the PlayStation base over to Xbox just for that. Like when Forza Horizon 6 comes out, and let's say it is in Japan, that will sell Xboxes. If they get the taste of it on 5, like I still don't like the idea, but I know what it will do because what it did for me with Forza Horizon 2, it convinced me that Xbox is a better place to get that arcade racer. It'll do the same because they don't have MotorStorm anymore. They don't do Twisted Metal anymore. And Drive Club died years ago. So I think that it would be that unexpected hit over there that would catch a lot of people off guard. Yeah, I'd be a little salty about it going over there, but goddamn, it will sell Xboxes, guaranteed.
Well,
it's also the game that brought you to Xbox.
Yeah.
And so to have it on PlayStation, it makes no damn sense.
It doesn't, but I could see give them a taste of 5, but goddamn, don't put 6 over there. 6 will sell those Xboxes. Guaranteed.
What if we give them demos?
There you go.
A demo would probably do it too.
So what if Xbox just starts saying, you know what, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do, little bitch. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll throw you a 15-minute demo.
See, I like the
15-minute. Not an hour, no, 15 minutes.
You can only play it once.
You can play one time and it self-destructs.
Yes.
That's it. And it fucking deletes itself. All right.
PlayStation will never allow that. PlayStation will never allow it.
Just fucking one.
They have demos in was that their extra premium plus or whatever tier or something.
There you go. That's what we do. We join in and start giving them that shit. Real quick, let's shout out the homie Silent Cypher, man. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
So much, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for gifting 5 on
Let's
point
go.
memberships, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Y'all know what to do.
Let's go.
Go ahead and put that motherfucker welcome to the family emoji in the chat.
Shout out to Silent Cypher. Thank you so much.
Silent Cypher, man. Thanks, brother. We appreciate you. You know, every time I look at this Phil on this welcome to the family,
I don't believe he will put any games on that damn PlayStation.
I just can't see it.
Hell no.
I just can't.
He a thug. He out there making things happen for us. He ain't trying to freaking hand them out.
Telling you.
Trying to fix the mess that Jim Ryan left behind.
Fuck that.
Come on, man.
The holy Silent Cypher came back with that $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you. He says Sony could use a real car game. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
They could
Yeah.
use any games.
This is how they play Gran Turismo.
A game.
They drive for a little bit, pause it, zoom in, and they're like, "Oh man, look at all that detail." Then they zoom out, and then they start playing. They're like, "What the fuck am I looking at?" They pause it again, zoom in. Oh damn, look at all that detail. That is your typical PlayStation user playing Gran Turismo. Meanwhile, over in Forza Land, when you drive and you play the game, it looks amazing. Yeah, if you zoom in, it's not like somebody orgasmed the car out and they sat there and they measured the fucking distance like this. Oh no, that's that little microscopic distance right there. No, that's no. When you play that game, I'm sorry, I don't know what smoke those digital foundry fools be on. Okay, I don't know what they smoking, but you play the game and look at the screen and then play the other one and look at the screen. One puts you to sleep, one makes you feel like you're having a good time. It's pretty clear that the one you're having a good time with is Forza. The other one, come on, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
They be wild and see.
Yo, facts. Adidas 20, the homie. Thank you so much for being here, brother. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says, damn, Doodle.
You know what to be, baby. You know you feel the
Listen.
same damn way.
Facts. Now, let me say this before we move forward, because I do want to say officially, okay. Next week,
Yes.
I believe Phil comes out and he doesn't announce any games going anywhere outside of the Xbox ecosystem. I think that they're going to do something different with Game Pass. My belief in my mind is that they're going to remove the big games from the lower tier of Game Pass, and they're going to force Ultimate if you want everything day and date.
When you say big games, what do you mean by big games?
The I'm sorry, like the exclusive, their games.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna remove the day and dates from the lower tiers, just like the first tier, right? That first tier doesn't have any Game Pass, right? It just has a curated list, right, of games. The next tier is gonna be all the other games and maybe the first party games, but later. Ultimate day and date. That's what I think the bigger thing is, and we're gonna find out what they're gonna do with ABK. That's what we're gonna find
also
out.
probably going to be in there because they said that they were going to address ABK
Yeah,
separately.
if you guys remember, they said that. Don't worry, ABK is not going to be in the developer direct. We're going to have a separate event for that. Oh, funny enough, the following month we're going to have an event, probably to discuss ABK and their bullshit and what they got going on.
Honestly, this would be the best thing that can happen when it comes to these rumors and these insiders and influencers that were out here putting this type of mess out.
Yeah. I can't imagine that Phil went back on his word or lost the fight to stop whatever bullshit was happening. I don't think any of that's happening. I think none of our games are going over there.
I'm with you, see.
Unless Game Pass goes over there, which as long as it's streaming.
Then we're talking about the idea of it just being an app, which again we've seen
Facts.
on TVs and everywhere else now. So
absolutely. Now, question. Move on from this because I think we're. Well, let me ask you this before we go. Do you have anybody else have any remaining bars that they want to drop on the idea of the civil war that happened on Xbox this week? Xbox betraying the community, or Xbox games going multi-platform? Anything, any last bars that you want to drop for that?
The last thing I'm gonna say is those turncoats, those yellow bellies cannot come back. Stay where y'all at. Buy a PlayStation. Cause the PC people, they don't want you right now. You are not welcome back. 10 toes down. Y'all, when it's easy to stand with Xbox or anybody when stuff is going good. But when y'all hear a little whisper of something going bad, y'all tuck tail and y'all ran. So do not come back. Y'all credibility is shot, and that comes from Colt all the way down to Tim. Stay where y'all.
You know the motherfuckers already came back in though, right?
And that's what I was saying. If anybody who follow me on Twitter, they know I've just been on it. So
Yeah,
and I
they already came back in. They talked hella shit, right? Threw mad grenades, boom, 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 bomb, bomb, bomb. And then they were like, things look like they're gonna be better. All right, cool. Yeah, we're about to do our show. Yeah, and he wrote some shit to the other dude. He was like, they don't wanna have somebody who's gonna push the narrative that Xbox is not going down.
I'm gonna
Come
tell
on,
you this,
man.
and I seen
Already
this 2
sneaking
days.
back in, man.
I called this out 2 days ago. I said I already see that they're saying that instead of them saying that they just jumped off the roof, they didn't jump out the window. They jumped off the roof. They were saying, oh, they were just passionate. They would come in and the homie Poster was talking. He was like, "Oh, they just passion. I just wish you could see." No, I don't care about your passion is not more than my passion. We can have equal passion, and we both handled it totally different. I handled it like a grown ass man. You handled it like a little child that somebody took your toy away. So
That's funny because when we speak passionately about our games or Xbox, they call us fanboys or fangirls or like it's not that serious or big of a deal. You can't have a conversation in any way without it being taken in that direction. And I don't think that in any way they saw this and they thought it was because of the love that they have for the community or the brand because it destroyed everything and it did a lot of damage indeed to the Xbox brand. And so this by no means was anything other than wanting to glow about being the people who put this out first. And that's why no one stopped to take a second to think about what they were putting out and how big of a situation this can cause. And that's why, as people were reacting, they kept adding fuel and saying, well, this one and that one, and the word rumor became non existent.
correct.
And I don't want to see or I don't want to hear anything saying Xbox did this because for me, Xbox has not done a thing. They have not come out here. They haven't said anything. They haven't made a problem. They are going to address things because Twitter was on freaking fire this past week. And so Phil is going to come out here and address a situation. And I don't even know if it has anything to do
No,
with the
he said
crap
it in
that they
his
were
tweet.
talking about.
He said we were already planning a business update event for next week. They're not gonna let's be clear because I know people said that, they did this because of that. No, because they're not gonna say next week and then have a time limit placed on them coming up with what their business plan is. You know what I'm saying? Like the business plan is already decided, and then they're gonna tell us. And if it jives well, then everybody's happy. If it if shit goes left real quick, then we make shit pop off. You know what I'm saying? We let them know and we make them reverse their decisions like they have in the past.
Exactly.
All right. Any other final words?
Just always
on
expect gaming media to try to squash positive Xbox news. Whenever there's something good coming from Xbox, watch what the gaming media pushes. Or if there's anything bad about PlayStation, watch how instead of that being the focus, they focus on something negative for Xbox. It's just like
You
clockwork.
know,
Facts.
Fuzzy, you brought up how amazing the developer direct was, and how right after that, here comes the mess. Like you went ahead, we had that amazing thing going on, and then here comes the shit show that PlayStation gave us. And instead of talking about that, we're busy talking about how Xbox is going third party. And
Facts.
how are we not talking about the fact that PlayStation has no first party games? Because Xbox was brought into the equation. I mean, I'm at a loss of words that they are willing to throw a brand to try to save what's left of another one by their own doing. And they're willing to destroy another brand by their own people.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's ridiculous.
wild. It's mind
Yeah.
blowing.
Yeah. So the general rule, Xbox has something good. Next day, there'll be some rumor that tries to ruin it. PlayStation has something horrible. Next day, there'll be some Xbox rumor trying to save it. Okay. So it works both ways. Either
Yeah.
Xbox does something good, they try to kill it. PlayStation does something shitty, they try to bury it with some type of Xbox problem that they make up and create for us. So yeah, Fuck them ponies. The homie Silent Cypher, thanks brother for being here. Thank you for
Thank
that
you,
$2 super
baby.
chat. Says Sony can keep those yellow belly 2 bags.
Exactly.
Facts.
Yes. I
Keep
love how
'em.
they all announced that they were leaving as if anybody was wondering where they were going or if they were leaving. Like, no one cares. Pack up and go. You don't need to announce it. We don't need to know. We don't give a shit.
Why are you
Facts.
announcing that you leaving anyway? Like,
Talk about wanting attention,
why?
Ray Ray.
Why?
Like
I
the
don't
people
care.
who were doing that. Remember a while ago, people were like, "Oh, I'm canceling Game Pass." Remember, I'm gonna cancel
Yeah.
my Game Pass to try to didn't fucking do it and stay silent and sit home and not play shit because now you don't got Game Pass. Right?
Correct.
Stop being a bitch, yo. The fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, I don't see anybody ever announce on Twitter when they cancel Netflix.
Never.
I mean, it might be some people be like, "Oh, this price increase, yeah, I'm canceling." Yeah, I can see that, but it's like I don't see people talking about Hulu like that or Disney
The
Plus like that.
report. Yes. It's wild.
Yeah, because it's bullshit. All right. So obviously, I'm sure you guys have been hearing the rumors about the hardware. Are they is it jiving with you guys? Because from what I'm hearing, this can be everything that I've ever wanted. It seems like we could be getting a full-fledged, big boy premium Xbox that sits on your table or under the thing, whatever. And then also an equally powerful handheld version of it. That's
Well,
like my dream come true.
we were talking about this, see, and you brought it up, right? Like, essentially, you've made this come true.
Yes, this is what I've always
If
wanted.
it's real, you made it happen.
Dude, as soon as the Switch came out and it hit,
Yeah.
you knew that shit changed. And then all of a sudden you see these third parties coming out with these handhelds because everybody wants to get back in the handheld boat because Nintendo made it cool. And you know what? Doing it that way is fucking perfection. If they come out, Xbox comes out with a dockable handheld that you take with you, rock out, and then dock it, and you're right on your TV. Come on, man. What what else? What do you need in your life with gaming? You just take that bad boy, you're out. It's beautiful. Where do you guys sit with that?
Whew.
Super fuzzy.
I'll start with this. I'm all for it. Like, this has kind of been like a long time coming. Like, ever since the Steam Deck came out, I got, like, believe it or not, I get like surveys from Microsoft every so often. No, I'm not an insider or anything like that, but I somehow got on their mailing list for surveys, and that was like one of the questions that they had asked about, like, with having a Steam Deck, where do you game and blah blah blah, and what do you play on it and such. So I knew that there was some interest because whenever you get those surveys, even though it may not be a guarantee it's coming out, they at least want to gauge some of their customer base. So I've been looking forward to them. I see. I thought the easy path for them would have been to make an Xbox or made for Xbox Steam Deck. Like, you know how they did the B&O headset a while back,
Yes.
and it was like, made for Xbox kind of thing. And even Steam themselves or Gabe, it said something like, if any other parties want to use their schematics, we're willing to work with you. I would have figured have a Steam Deck that's already loaded with, like, because Microsoft even has a mini Windows or Windows mini, operating system. They kind of had something similar to that running on their Surface phone. That, remember, the foldable phone. They've been working on that in the background. They didn't do an official release of that, but there have been some beta tests of that, and some other people have seen that's been getting updates and things to the point where everybody's been wondering, well, could you have something like that you could put on a ROG Ally or a Legion Go or something like that to replace the initially loaded stuff or doing the full blown Windows instead of putting the full blown Windows on there. So having a portable that is more powerful than my Steam Deck, if they can beat Steam Deck 2 to the punch, because I'm already on board. If Steam Deck 2 comes out in the next year or two, I'm probably going to wind up getting one of those. But if
Which
Xbox
they already
comes out
said
with,
that is supposedly coming, right?
yeah,
Like
I
they
don't think
already
it's going to be
announced.
this year. But probably within the next year or two, there'll be a Steam Deck 2. But if Xbox can beat them to the market, then that's where my money will more than likely go. especially if I can play, like, let's say all of my Xbox One digital purchases and maybe even some of my Series X and S digital purchases on it without having to do cloud streaming. Yeah, I'm sold. If I can play my digital games natively like I can on the Steam Deck, I'm sold. Yeah, I mean, as long
Facts.
as it's not like $600+. Like the Steam Deck, I got the 512. That was, I think, six something when it came out.
Yes,
But now they
yes,
go
yep.
for like 300 or 399 or four something for the non OLED one. So if they can get in that price point where it's below the 500, preferably in the 400 or lower range, I can play games like my Series S and X games natively. I'm sold. And if it's still able to play next gen games without having to do streaming, I'm sold. And then if it can dock kind of like the Switch, but not, I mean, there's tech out there now where you could take like a Lenovo Go, or not the Lenovo Legion Go, or you could take like I guess the Claw will have like some sort of dock system where if you wanted to hook a 4090 to it, you could. It doesn't need to be that serious or anything like that, but
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
you could take that portable and dock it where it's on par with like a Series X2, that would be great. That might be overkill for me. I would just rather have the Series X2. Even though I got a PC, I would rather just have the Series X2 be that permanent hook to the TV thing. And then I would get the portable as my, when either the wife's watching that TV or playing on that Xbox and I'm, still playing Vampire Survivor or Hades or something like that, I can just take the portable Xbox and do that. I would love for them to bring those things to market. Um, it'd be perfect as a Game Pass machine. It'd be perfect as, just playing my digital library. That if they do it, I I can't promise that it's going to sell like the Switch already is sold, but I think as a lot of Xbox enthusiasts out there, they would probably pick it up. Like if they haven't already picked up a Legion or a ROG Ally or Steam Deck, this would more than likely kind of fit that niche where it's like it's still a console, but it's on the go. Hopefully, it has more than the 2 hour battery life. Closer to something like 4+ range would be great. But yeah, just don't do the cloud streaming. Just do native play. I'm sold day one. Pre-order whatever from Microsoft's website. I'm ordering it. But other than that, Series X2 would still be cool. Have something that's going to be powerful in the sense of it doesn't necessarily have to be 4090 level. Like that would make the price ridiculous at that point. But, if they're coming out with something in 2026 that's, the equivalent of the Series X when it came out in 2020, but for 2026, I'd be happy with that. And hopefully now with all the studios they have and having all that time to have possibly the hardware in their hands to work with, and knowing that they're going to have launch titles, because considering how many studios they have, you figure Blade might be that launch title that might be cross gen, but
Oh,
feels like it'll probably be a launch title. You might have Elder Scrolls 6 as a launch title,
Call of
maybe
Duty.
another Halo as a launch title, Gear 6
Call of
possibly.
Duty.
So I mean, to
Yep.
have that type of launch lineup, like they could have 5 or 6 games or even more ready for this new console, ready to go. I'm all in. Um, just it'll be interesting to see when they decide to talk about it, because I think the gaming media, the gaming world stopped when the VGA showed the Series X for the first time. Like, can you,
Yes.
like, everybody was like, what is this, what are they talking? And then when people realize, oh crap, that's the next Xbox, and then they showed Hellblade, what that would look like, it's like, man, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
mean, things already look good. Like, I can't wait to play Hellblade on the current gen console. Can you imagine what they're going to be able to do to things like, let's say, Perfect Dark on that next one? So, I don't know.
Man, Perfect Dark. You say that name, and it's like I almost forgot. I knew it was being made, but like it's they haven't shown it to us again. So it's like this is another game that's cooking in the background that we don't even have to think about because we have so many games already. But if this is the thing, if they did the handheld, man, like we would buy so many
yeah, for sure.
because all the girls are gonna want, all our kids are gonna want to be able to, play with the handheld.
Mhm.
Oh my god, like,
It'll be
when we go all
perfect.
like, when
Yeah,
we play all Fortnite, because now the girls are getting into it. Dude, everybody just sitting around, that'd be fire.
that would be fire
That'd
Yeah.
for
be
sure.
fire. That'd be so dope. Uh, Ray, before we get to you with the handhelds, look at the homie Master Rack
What
back
is
in the
up,
building.
baby?
Thank you, my brother,
Thank
for
you
being
so
here. Thank you so
much.
much. $2 Canadian, damn it, $2 Canadian. I gotta
There you
figure it
go.
out.
Look at you.
All the crime babies can drink a pot of piss.
Hey,
Yo,
yo.
I mean, straight up, just facts. That's right.
Hey, yo.
Fuck yeah, man. Absolutely. All right. So Ray,
I'm not
what
mad
are
at
your
that.
thoughts? What are your thoughts on this, man? Are you a handheld type of dude, or do you just say, nah, fuck that, I just want that shit under the
I used to
TV?
be a hand. I have a Switch. I used to be a hand. I haven't used it in probably a year, but
I don't even
I
know where my Switch is, so I feel you.
I just seen it. It's in wrapping paper for some odd reason. So I'm not sure why it's up in there. One of my kids did something. I'm not sure what's going on, but I would buy it. Like I go to the gym like extra early in the morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I kind of and then I gotta sit out in my car for work and everything before work start. So I would buy. I'll buy both. I'll buy the premium bad boy and I'll buy the handheld.
Facts.
And I think my issue because I haven't wrapped my head around it because COVID was a thing, and it kind of made me think that we haven't tapped out the potential of the Series X yet. And now we're already talking about new consoles. We haven't even think about was showed Hellblade at that was the first game we were shown on the system.
2019
And
December.
we haven't got it yet. We haven't
So I
got
think
State of Decay yet.
So I think the thing about the console though, at this point, it's less about whether they use the power that's in this generation and more about getting a jump on PlayStation's next
Mhm.
console. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to I look at the generations like they're reset. Like Xbox said, "Fuck it, we're gonna start over," right? Because they couldn't do anything with this generation the way they wanted to. So series generation is like the original Xbox generation, right?
Mhm.
Where now they're trying to jump early, just like they did with the 360, right? Because if you think about it, the original Xbox console was in the same boat. That didn't get tapped out before they switched to
Correct.
the 360. I mean, it was there, but it was just that's their way to compete in a way where they can bring the casuals over because they're going to be able to show you Call of Duty in next gen form that they can't put out on a PlayStation 5. They're going to show the next Madden in next gen form that they can't put out on a PlayStation 5. The next NBA 2K in the next gen form that they can't put out on the PlayStation 5. So that is sadly for the people who got their Xboxes recently, I just don't think you should look at this generation as we're gonna see it kind of mature to what it should be. I mean, I do think we will because I think this generation is not going anywhere. I don't think it's not like they're not cutting it off when
Yeah,
they
they're not gonna
go
cut
in
it off.
2026. So you're still gonna see the Series X and Series S perform better in the years to come as they are even once they bring out the next system because they're still going to be able to tap into more power. But this is going to be them and do basically use the
Resetting.
Activision purchase. Yeah, this
Mhm.
is them using the Activision purchase as a hey, look, we're jumping first, using Call of Duty against them. That's the biggest one. Can you imagine having Call of Duty look almost photorealistic?
Yeah.
Like so much
It needs
like
to look
better.
better than the PlayStation version for sure. And listen, let's not forget when they started purchasing everything, COVID hit. And so they had a big delay in everything that, was taking place in their plans. And then this ABK deal took a lot longer than they thought it would take. And so going ahead and yes, it's not leaving the Series S and X behind, but it is a way for them to kind of say, okay, now let's enter a new generation with our new studios pumping out games, a brand new box. Let us reset the mess that took place on our previous system while we still carry along our previous systems.
Yeah.
I think also, let's say it is 2026. This might be the first time in history that a system can release and it doesn't need third party support because Xbox
Yes.
has so many studios, so many people making games. They really don't need the third party at the jump. Now, you kind of get with 2K, they kind of be lazy, and with the basketball game, and man, they'll just throw out like a 4K 120 update or something. But you wouldn't be banking on that like we usually would in any other generation. You'll get your, let's say, Perfect Dark, Blade, State of Decay, Everwild, something like that, and then you jump on that, you get probably a Forza, and you're probably gonna get a Call of Duty. So you don't need two
Yeah.
shooters at the same time. So you
Yeah.
wouldn't do Halo. You
No.
wouldn't do Halo on there.
No. I think you're right. The only thing I think is that they'll always need the casual third party ones,
Mhm.
right? Because the thing is that even though Xbox is gonna have all those games, they're all gonna be, relatively niche, right? Like they're the shooter box. They're more for the hardcore, not the casuals in general, right? So
Mhm.
like that's why they're still gonna need, it's just the sports games, and they already have
Yeah.
they own Call of Duty. But as long as they have a next gen Madden, if they force them, not force them, but like really get them the idea, like, yo, go all in on this generation of it, pay for it or whatever you got to do, and make Madden look like NFL 2K would have looked if it still existed. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 years ago, NFL
Yeah.
2K would have looked, it was so much better. But if they have Madden do it, NBA do it, FIFA, whatever the soccer game is, if they have them really go in on a next gen version, that's what's going to get the casuals who are like, oh, I'm good over here on PlayStation. Look over there, and be like, holy shit, that's what those games look like on Xbox. I gotta wait how long? 2 years, because supposedly via the trial is 2028, the next PlayStation is supposed to go. So you get a 2-year jump on them,
Yeah.
and because they're using the cloud, as remember, they wanna do the hybrid system where they have the cloud giving more power to it, right? You jumping first doesn't mean anything. You don't lose by jumping first, because if PlayStation 6 comes out later, it doesn't matter. The cloud is going to make up the rest of the power. And it's funny because that's what they were trying to do in the Xbox One generation, but nobody believed it. Oh, it's in the cloud, making fun of it. And then now you turn on Flight Simulator and you see one of the best looking games that existed,
Correct.
and
Everybody
it's
loves the
because of the
cloud.
cloud, right?
And a
So
side note, when you just brought up 2K football, and we were talking about COVID. COVID pushed back the 2K football that was supposed to come out. I don't know when that's coming out. And
I
it's
don't know
not going to
either.
be it's going to be an NFL game, but it's not going to be a sim game. So that's what they said. So
Yeah.
Yep.
it
It'll
could
be
be like,
arcade.
well, it could be more like, if you ever played 2K Park,
Mhm.
the park, it could be something like that. It can have
Yeah.
real looking players, but it just can't be 11 on 11. But that's something we haven't heard about because of COVID happened. So
We need to
Same thing with
bring back NBA
the
Streets, bro.
NCAA for EA
yep,
as well.
and that's coming out this year. That's coming out January, I think. I think that's July. July, my bad. July. I think it's July.
Which one's coming out in July?
Football, college football.
Oh, the college one. That one's gonna be popular. A lot of people been waiting for that. A lot of people waiting for that.
And I'm
Um, yeah, you are. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a big deal. People been waiting for a long time. Um, did you see that guy? What's his name? Um, he works for Microsoft. I don't know if you guys saw this because I saw it on Twitter. Chris Wolfell. Wolfell? Hold on, let me grab it real quick. Let me go hop into my Twitter. Um, he put out a picture, and it kind of makes you feel like he's letting us know that everything's going to be okay. Then he kind of tries to walk it back a little bit. I want to grab it right here real quick, and then I'll share it because I saw this and then I forgot about it, and I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if you guys saw this. Um, where the fuck did it go?
It's in there.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. Okay, right there. Boom. Okay, so if I go here, then go here. Did you guys see this one? This tweet?
no, I didn't.
I did not.
This guy, Chris Wolfill, he's a senior quality engineer, Xbox, husband, father, but he works for Xbox. And then he put this out. Now, he later says that he got that from somewhere else, but why put this out during all this smoke?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like with all this shit happening, right?
Thank you. I was like, can you zoom in?
Yeah, why would you put this out? Again, being very specific on the ecosystem that is here. Play on PC and customize your experience. Xbox One S and Series S. Obviously Game Pass Ultimate, Series X and the One X, play anywhere with cloud gaming on mobile. Seems like this is all about Game Pass and cloud,
Mhm.
right? Game Pass and cloud. I don't know. Why show that now?
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Why
Uh,
show that now? He says he gets it from over here, which is cool. But why show that now?
And you said he works
Yeah, it's
at Xbox, right?
senior quality engineer, Xbox.
he a QA?
Senior quality engineer. I don't know. I don't think not quality assurance engineer. Oh shit, Tim got a spaces going right now.
I told you. I've been telling people. I've been telling people. He said he didn't make no money off of it. You can't tell me you're not making no money off of it. He's like, I'm not sitting 6 hours somewhere and not get a dime. I might sit 2.5 with everybody and chop it up. But 6, that's a
My
day. That's a
God.
full day of work. I gotta have lunch and everything.
The homie Tim, dog. Stop fucking around.
Non-stop.
I need a 15-minute break.
Wow. That's wild. That's wild. Look, so he writes, great ecosystem. Choose your device, play Xbox games, play with your friends. It's just
That's the ecosystem.
this is the ecosystem, man. They have so many choices. I know we're kind of doubling back a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys this.
It's all good.
Get
I've been
what
talking
you
about it all week, so I'm
Yeah,
built for I'm built for it. So
I'm gonna choose to stick to this insider. This one I like better.
Yeah, right. The one that actually talks some sense. Oh my god. I don't know.
It's wild to get everything together and work as hard as you have, and then go ahead and like just throw it all away last minute. It just doesn't make any sense to me. A lot took place. They worked really hard to come up with this plan alone and then see it through. I just it doesn't fit. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
we just got it. Like we just had a little show a month ago. We know
That was
all the bangers.
amazing.
Amazing.
We know the bangers that are coming out. So why would we just throw some gasoline, some water on it and douse it and just take away all our momentum? It just didn't. It don't make sense. So that's why when they announce whatever they're gonna announce, I don't think it's gonna be as near as bad. It might as what they think it was gonna, what they said it was gonna be. And I got all my
I
receipts.
think a lot of feelings are hurt, maybe about
Emotional.
things that should have been said,
Yep.
and I think that's the reactions that we're getting, and we're getting the short end of the stick from it.
See, I've been using the analogy on Twitter and on the show that he got left, that him and a couple people got left on red. You text the girl, you like, hey, what's up? And you see that she read it, but she never messaged you back. So he at the window. He at Phil Spencer window with the boombox right now. Got to talking about
Oh
baby
my
come
God.
back. So that was going on right. So that was going on right now.
Fucked up, yo. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. That's
A
fucked
lot
up.
of it just comes off a little personal, in my opinion,
Yeah.
rather
A lot of it is.
be. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, listen, I can't like entertain the idea of any of the shit, really. Like, first of all, if it was in fact something that they planted to just get out there just to hear, like if that's the truth of it, what fucking response did you get that made you say, yeah, let's keep going with this shit now? You know what I'm saying? Like it's dead. I can't see. I don't think we're gonna get shit next week that has to do with any games going elsewhere. I just can't. He said it's a business update that don't sound like, hey, we're gonna be
He said, and
putting
he
these other
also
games.
threw in the word event in there. I can't look at that. I can't hear that and be like, okay, well, this is gonna be a Debbie Downer. Just
Exactly.
doesn't sound like
Yeah.
that to me. His statement did not. Um, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's entitlement. Yes, like it's coming off personal and then trying to drag everybody else into it to kind of prove a point. I won't be a part of that mess. But yeah, I'm waiting for Phil because that's the only person in there that knows what's happening. And so and the only one that I can listen to, right? Again, rumors are rumors. It's just sad again what if you love the brand the
Mhm.
way that we give a shit about the brand, I know like I could not do this shit.
Facts.
So I just I don't see it as anything other than a something that you're doing for you. And even like
Agreed.
if you come out here and you say a thing or two, but like to continue with it this deep, it's a lot.
Like
Facts. Let's
we're
get the whole.
day six of spaces right now.
That's
Like right
crazy.
now, it's a space going on. So day
That's a
But
six.
that's the
Wow.
thing, Ray. If it's something that doesn't matter and something that where you're kind of like done with the whole brand, it's like okay.
But we don't know the spaces is about the brand. What is it called?
The space is called I made on the source. I will read it. Town hall meeting.
Ahmed on the source. I will read it. Interesting.
What source? The
And
Xbox source, of course.
of
That's the
course,
source.
of course, the source that has given us all this amazing true information. Now,
The
I believe
source is Jim Ryan.
With
Jim
that
Ryan,
title.
right? He leaked it. He leaked it.
I think it's your bearer, to be totally honest. It had like he's not happy that he had to leave and that Microsoft he tried to leave and they bought him again. So I
Oh
think it's Mike.
shit! I didn't even think about Mike.
He got him. And
Man,
that's Tim Boy. Hey, that's Tim Boy. Like you talk about somebody
yeah.
he's closer to your bearer than he's closer than 2 years of Phil.
Phil.
So
But did you see? Or do you guys? Any of you guys remember some of the shady stuff that Ibarra did before he left? Like he burned some bridges before he left the first time.
Oh, from
Like
Microsoft when he first left.
yeah, like all right. So I'm not going to say that if you're an employee of Microsoft, you have to use their products, but if you're like somebody the level of what Ibarra was, and while Mixer's still alive and kicking, you're purposely using Twitch. And instead of playing, one of Xbox exclusives, you're playing The Last of Us 2.
yeah.
I don't know. What does that message tell your boss or your bosses?
I don't think he ever wanted Phil to be his boss. I think he was salty about that.
He was butthurt.
Yeah.
I think he wanted that job.
Well, yeah, but I've heard. This is just rumor. This is hearsay.
Where's your sources, Fuzzy? All
Say the
right.
names. Say the names.
Sources. All right.
But to my understanding, and I don't know this to be true, but it kind of feels that way as somebody that's been in the corporate life and have seen some stuff like this go down. The Game Pass idea was supposedly Mike's, and Phil gets the credit for it.
Ooh,
And then Phil's his boss.
ooh.
Meanwhile, Ibarra kind of wants to run the Microsoft store as far as for PC to make it compete with Steam. But that gets put to the back burner. Phil gets Xbox and the rest kind of writes itself. But
Yeah.
supposedly that
I mean, it
beef
adds up.
that may or may not have existed was squashed. But
Hey,
if
I ain't
you've
gonna lie, I'll
ever
be
had a
mad too.
fallout with somebody
They'll
at your
open that
job, does
shit
it
right
ever
back
go
up.
away?
Hey, he
Facts.
might have a point to be mad. It sounds like I'll be mad too, to be totally honest. I'll be like,
Yeah,
fuck Phil.
Yeah. So I knew that there was something up because even when Ibarra would take shots at Microsoft, it's almost like whenever there was like a bad news story, it's almost like Ibarra would kind of pump it up a bit, be like, yeah, it's strange that you would have this new console with no games on it or something along that. Because I remember he made a tweet something
Yeah, I do
along
remember
those
that one.
lines a while ago, and it was like, dude,
Bitch
really?
assness.
You just left. Just put
Bitch
it behind
assness
you.
indeed. Bitch assness indeed. Now, Cypher Type 1, the homie, went ahead and hit us with that $2 super chat, man. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
baby.
He said Phil hit Tim Dog with that ... When you see
Wow.
somebody writing, you're just like, ooh, what are you gonna say? Never came. Never came. He just got mad. Motherfucker, spaces. Let's go.
Baby, come back. That's good. That's crazy.
I know you see it. I see the
Yeah.
It says the
Bro.
word delivered and read.
Oh my god. Deliver red. Atina's 20
delivery red. I want to
homie.
send you the damn receipt.
That's fucked up. That's like that. The $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Says Fuzzy
Stop,
Scene in
baby.
Redmond, Washington. Oh, Fuzzy's the insider.
Woo.
No,
Listen.
I wish.
Now, let's be clear. You know you guys done fucked up because Mav is pissed. I said Maz because I saw his ass that he
the
wrote
Z's,
over there. But Mav is out here. He's pissed. Said a lot of fake ass people exposed themselves this week. Yes, they did, Mav. Yes, they fucking did.
Dallas is on Mav, man.
That's right. He says, like, why do you talk Xbox and talk about the brand and the games and everything? Because you like it, right? But some of these dudes acting like they can't like it anymore because of these rumors. That makes no sense. Unless they all about being on a winning team.
Bandwagon.
Well, but then why were they here in the first place? Because motherfucker, we've been losing.
Yeah, we losing for like 10 years. We the Detroit Lions. We the Detroit Lions. We've been losing for damn near ever.
Like this is motherfucker, we've been losing for mad long. You supposedly been around, but now when we about to win, you're like, nah, man, these rumors is crazy, yo. It's crazy.
This is too much.
They even caught up with us with the 360. I thought we been the losers. I don't know. What you thought was gonna happen this time?
Yeah, it's these people, bro. It's these people. But this is the thing, right? Again, it's all fake outrage everywhere. Because you know what? All these people who are saying, I ain't fucking with these people no more. Not every single one, but the vast majority of them are gonna keep fucking with them.
Of
all right.
course. And
The next video is gonna pop, and you're gonna go in there. I'm gonna hate watch this.
They're talking about Xbox still. Right? As much as they're done with Xbox, they're still talking about Xbox. And so that doesn't add up. I'm gonna contact my insider and they can tell me what that means.
But you know what?
Fuzzy,
That what
just let us know
ponies
later. Okay.
that what ponies do anyway. All they do is talk about Xbox, so they'll fit right in.
Well, that's just revealed their natural pony form.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? That's what happened. They've been revealed, and now they out here doing all the pony shit that they be doing.
So the Xbox dudes that left to go be ponies are still just gonna be talking about Xbox.
Yep.
Yeah, regardless.
Mm.
Regardless. It's just the natural
They
fucking
got no
circle
game.
of life.
They got no games
nothing else
anyway.
to
So
fucking do. Unless we put Game Pass on this shit next week, you know what I'm saying?
Please.
Stop messing with Ray, all right?
Oh man, I'm sweating again.
I'm sweating again. Let me tell you something, all right? I don't know what. Listen, look at the fucking chat. Did you see the poll?
I
No.
can't see it.
Dude, 68% of the people were like, I can accept it. I'm good with Sea of Thieves going.
Hey, I told you, kick these off the plate,
Yeah,
man.
they're like, fuck it, we don't need it. I'm good. We don't need that shit.
I played it already.
I don't
Let's go have it.
That's fucked up. It's fucked up. No respect. No respect. Y'all should be riding with us regardless, right? Because it's bullshit. Nah, it's just listen. I honestly, for real, I don't think he's gonna do it.
I don't think so. I think
I
the
don't think
best thing
so.
that can happen is he doesn't even like this should not be a thing.
The only
This
way
should
I
not
see
be
this
about
shit
the
happening
games.
is if Phil is leaving. Because I feel like you can't be like Phil is too much about like his word, like his honor and shit. That's why he
Yeah, you
fucking
saw
took
him
the
come
fall for
out here
Redfall.
talk about Redfall, and I
Yeah.
was like, damn, he fucked up. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was all in his feelings. You could see that he was going through something.
Yeah. I just don't see it. I don't see him being like, yo, we got this event next week. It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna show you our vision of the future. Meanwhile, like 2 weeks ago, he was like, nah, we ain't putting Game Pass anywhere. We ain't giving these games are exclusive for Xbox players. We care about them. We care about what they got going on, not these other motherfuckers. And then next week they're just gonna be like, yo, we put our shit everywhere. I don't think so. It's not happening. Not one. I don't think so. Not even Sea of Thieves, not Hi-Fi Rush. You hating on Sea of Thieves? Too bad. It's gonna stay Xbox exclusive. All right, we ain't sharing that shit.
Listen, the mechanic says, imagine leaving Xbox to do nothing but talk about Xbox.
Crazy.
Facts.
What's up,
Crazy.
the mechanic? Welcome.
100%.
Oh, damn. Master Rack says,
piss.
see a piss. Damn,
Damn.
boy.
That's cold. That's cold. What if when they play Sea of Thieves, their sea is yellow?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You're over on PlayStation, you turn on like, I can't wait to see this beautiful ocean. It's all yellow. And you're like, man, that sun must be really bright, really changing the color. And you just get closer and it's just like yellow everywhere.
somebody don't
I
drink
feel it.
water, man. That's what it is.
Drinking up water?
Somebody don't drink enough water.
What is happening? You know what's happening is that time. All right, that's what's happening. It's that time where we're just like, you know what? It's been a long podcast. We had some fun. Feel a little cracked
Yellow,
out.
really? Just piss.
Yeah, for sure. Not
Sides
just yellow,
everywhere, you fucking ponies.
mustard yellow.
Mustard heart in the bitches.
You know what? I
Oh,
had to get
everywhere.
somebody to tell me what mustard heart was because I never heard the term. And I think Longhouse told me what it was. He was like, "It's a surgical procedure when you have a weak heart." I'm like, "Oh, okay,
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real."
I felt like it was from back in the day when somebody would just make up like, you mustard yellow bastard. I just felt like it was from back in the day, long time ago, when they used to just put words together that
Now-
ain't make no sense.
Now it
And
could
I
be an
hate
old procedure.
mustard. Oh, I get it.
It could be an old procedure. I didn't look too far deep in that, but it's a surgical procedure for when you have a weak
Is that
heart.
why you always say yellow heart instead of mustard heart?
It is because I hate the word.
He hates
I hate the
mustard.
word mustard.
He hates it.
Oh, man. It's not my first thing. It's not my first thing to put on a burger either. So
Yeah, I can't fuck with it in any way, shape, or
God.
form. I ain't
Oh,
about that life.
snap! Jigga
Oh,
J's in
Jigga
the
J.
building. Yo, say it, baby. Say it.
Nigga J in the building. What's up, fam?
hey, you owe me a rematch, Jigga J. You owe me a rematch. Well, I ain't forgot.
In what? In what? In what? You can't say
We'll play WWE and he'll just use Vader and nobody could pick Vader big ass up. So he always just win. I want my rematch here. He can get it in Tekken too.
Mav said,
ketchup hearted bastards. No, but I like ketchup. Mayo hearted fools.
No,
That's all right.
Okay, I do mayo. I could be mayo.
Yeah. It's mustard. Everybody, they know what they chose. All right.
God.
Mustard is universally hated by everyone. Even if you like it, you really hate it. You're just one of those people. What do they call it? A masochist. Yeah. It's like people who like spicy shit. Like you literally know you're not tasting the food anymore. You're just tasting this fiery pit of hell
Listen.
that's slowly deteriorating your internals. And you're like,
Fonzie's like,
but I love
with
that
you, bro.
spice. Like, no, you don't. The same reason you don't like that is the same reason you don't like mustard. It's disgusting. If you do like it, there's something wrong with your taste buds. Unless you do, and then you're cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging nobody. I ain't judging nobody. Okay? I ain't judging.
Mad judgment, and you were
I
like,
ain't
you know
judging
what?
nobody. You are trash if you like mustard, but to each his own. Kumbaya, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, see, we gotta stand. We can't be waffling. We gotta stand on business. Stand on business that you hate mustard. 10 toes down on it, man. 10 toes down. He hates you if you ate mustard. He hates your gut.
Facts. All right, just know that. Even if I smile at you, okay. Even if I say your name funny, internally I have a grudge against you forever.
He thinks your breath stink.
My own son, he be asking for mustard. Man, motherfucker, we don't eat mustard in this house. Don't be asking for that shit here. He be
No
going
mustard
around me, asking his mom to go buy him mustard.
I bring the mustard. CMoney's like, what's this
I
mustard
was like,
doing in
what
our
the, I didn't even
house?
see that shit in my house. What's that mustard doing here? I don't even want that shit in here. I don't want it in my fridge. I don't want it in my car on the transportation. I don't want it. I don't even want you touching it at the store.
He takes it out the icebox and he grabs the trash can. He looks at his son and like, this is what I think of you. And he just throws it away every time. You disappoint me.
Honestly, I don't know why, but I really hate mustard, like with a passion.
Mixed with something else is good. It's just a little kick of the mustard.
Look at how fast Silent Cypher just ended a friendship. He says, I love mustard.
Hey, I was just about to say that too. You bind your ribs and stuff. In Texas, we bind our ribs with mustard
binder for rub on ribs. You know what's a great binder? Fucking glue. I'd rather have fucking glue binding that shit together than motherfucking mustard. All right? So keep that fucking mustard out of this shit.
Not the glue factory.
Listen,
I can guarantee you,
ponies can survive off of that shit. I'd rather try than have fucking mustard, okay? God,
Silent, thank you for that $2 super chat, bro.
They take your $2 back. That's what he said.
Ask for a refund, Cypher. I don't want it.
Charge back. $2.
Oh, you know I'm just fucking with you, Silent. You know what I'm saying? Chill. Don't go too crazy. Don't go too crazy. Let me get the homie Jesse B. Thank you, my brother, for being a member for 2 months.
This went off the rails over mustard. It's not even ponies we talking about. We're talking about mustard.
Oh my God. If any game goes next week, they all gonna claim they were right. Don't let them. Oh no, we ain't. We're gonna fuck them up. Oh shit! Solid Cypher, thanks brother for the super chat. Says, I thought you were saying the water was yellow because the Sony fans pissed their pants while swimming in Sea of Thieves. Yo, they would turn it yellow with the amount that they would be doing. Oh my God. Right, you are gaming. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for $2 super chat. Where did mustard touch you, CMoney?
Oh, I'm done.
Oh my God. See, y'all didn't come to the show today expecting some high quality entertainment like this, all right? Shit.
Oh my
Silent
God.
Cypher. Thank you, brother, for $2 super chat. Says, you just ruined the friendship, CMoney.
Mustard went too far, right? That was the last straw.
So CMoney, what do you put on hot dogs?
Ketchup. What do you mean?
Ketchup.
Did you
That's
think
what
I
he
just went on this tirade because I make exceptions for other types of fucking food? Do you really think I was like, yo, fuck mustard to the grave, but not on that hot dog, yo? You know what I'm saying? I'll take that mustard real good on that hot dog.
He don't want nothing with mustard. He don't want to see the color yellow. He don't want
nothing.
Anything like he don't even like crayons that are yellow. None of that is going on.
Did I just tell you to my own son? I be trying to get this shit out of here, yo. I don't want to see this shit.
He doesn't allow it in his home. There's no mustard.
I guarantee you. I swear on everything that's holy that if I go to my son's house when he's older and I see mustard in that bitch, I'm gonna take that shit and throw it out the motherfucking window. I'm just gonna launch that shit. I'll be like, there's your mustard, bitch, and just fucking launch that shit.
And he gonna stare him down while he's doing it.
Because you know why? At that point, him knowing how much I hate mustard, I know he's doing that shit just to fuck with me. So I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna launch that shit so far away.
His wife's gonna be like, what happened to the mustard?
I'm gonna fucking go to all their kids. I'm gonna be like, yo, mustard is, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, is made from a man's wee-wee's pee. Okay, that's how it's made.
Oh, man.
And that's gonna be the end of it. They're gonna be like, I don't want that. I'm gonna be the reason that mustard gets erased from this world. It don't belong.
All right, see,
I'm sorry. I'm hungry, y'all. It's been so long. I don't know what I'm doing here anymore.
hey, I'm about to go give me something to eat. Also, we've been talking about hot dogs.
What mustard's made out of, Ray. All right.
Yeah, I'm not getting no mustard. No mustard for me tonight. I'm done. I'm done with mustard. He made me hate mustard, and I didn't have that much hate for mustard. I don't even like no mustard, man. Just fuck mustard.
God damn! What a rocket scientist!
Oh my God.
Thank you,
Make
my
sure,
brother.
hey, make sure y'all make this a short. At the end of the day, the whole mustard ranch should be y'all short. He was passionate about that mustard, man. He was-
Mhm.
that's the
That's what
most.
happens when you go. Somebody said it yesterday. No, when we were live Wednesday.
Oh my
Somebody,
God.
I don't remember when, but somebody said it. It's like once you get past the 3-hour mark, shit goes fucking
It's
sideways
crazy.
real quick, yo.
Hey, we don't. Hey, I'm telling you, because we started at 7:15. Hey, I be looking at that time. We be hitting like 2:15. I be like, hey, we need to start wrapping this. Hey, y'all stop answering questions. Like we be reading the chat. Like, hey, y'all stop going so long. Let's get through it. Like, hold on. Falling
Stop being
apart
on
right
that mustard shit. I bitch, stop talking.
Hey,
like
we falling apart right now. We
Mustard
falling
shit.
apart. No more mustard around here.
that. No
Falling
more
apart.
mustard.
Oh.
Oh my
Fucking rocket
God.
scientist says, "Oh my God, I can't even see it. My God,
Mayo with fries.
tears.
Go ahead, Fuzzy. Go
Mayo with fries, best ever. I said what I said. Hate mustard. Listen, I'll take mayo with fries any day of the week over motherfucking mustard, bro.
Oh my
Listen.
God. You guys are wilding.
Mustard has a special place in hell. Okay, so somebody put it there.
You know, some people put mayo under pizza. I saw that a
Ew.
couple
Come on,
of
man.
times, and I was like, "What in the hell am I looking at?" Yeah,
That's a
I
Ew.
was
bit
like,
much.
"What?"
That's a bit much. That's
Yeah.
a bit much.
Yeah.
Jonas the dad with that $2 super chat says he
What's up,
rubs the
baby?
mustard on his body. That would be the most traumatizing experience ever known to humanity. Could you that smell? You would be constantly throwing up. Like that's just the way it is. Like there's no way you
What
can't.
is? Oh, no, why is the question? That's he
Because it's
can't just
disgusting.
tell
I
us
don't know,
something.
I
And don't
probably-
tell us
It's
why.
probably something from when I was younger, and it just stood with me forever. I don't know, but
No,
it's
no,
horrible.
no. I
I think he
understand your
means
hate.
why
No,
rub
why
the
is somebody
I'm
mustard
rubbing it on their body?
Yeah,
Oh,
why
why
you
Jonas
rubbing
the
the
dad?
mustard on the
Yeah,
body?
why?
Yeah, that's a whole different question. That's a whole different question. Jonas the dad, I don't know what.
You need
You're
to finish. You need
thinking.
to finish that statement. You can't leave us on a cliffhanger over here. You need to know why. It's off the rails. It's off the rails.
It is. No, 710 get Ray some Arby's with a side
Hell
of
no.
mustard, yo.
Hell no. I don't want the meats. Hell no. Don't give me Arby's.
Give him the meat.
That's Power Boss right there. Our last show, the Monday show, and Power Boss said he was coming from Arby's. He came on the show and every time he just went to Arby's, and the chat lit him up talking about Arby's commercial like, "Hey, we got the meats." And that thing from Power Boss, every time you see him, ask him about the meats. That he loves it. So
You got the
Yeah,
meat.
he be on
Got the-
Discord. I'm gonna tell him. But yo, Powerball, what's going on with the meats, bro? You got them?
oh, please
The
do.
rocket scientist back. Thank you, brother.
Thank
for
you,
the $2.
baby.
Says C for real. C for what? What am I reading here? What the fuck does it say? C.
You are really standing on this mustard straight, and I'm your boy.
Hey, not straight.
He
A stand on his mustache.
He only give 50 characters in the $2, so he was trying to short up the word. I be doing that shit too.
That's what it is. I
He
didn't
took
know.
the A away. He took the A away from really.
Trying to make me come on with these words. This shit don't fucking work. Oh my
took
god.
He took all the A's away from his thing. But that's
He didn't even put a space. I thought that was C4, like an explosion. I was like, what is that? What am I
you
reading?
call yourself a rocket scientist. What kind of shit is that?
Oh my god, Silent Cypher. Look at this motherfucking mustard.
Gonna traumatize people, man.
Oh man. It's hot in here. It's so hot in here.
Oh my god.
Finish your mustard, CMoney.
Oh
The
man.
fuck with me. I want none of that shit, yo. That's about that life.
You know what's gonna be on your dinner tonight.
Oh my god. Fucking
Oh my
definitely that
goodness.
mustard. Plus speculated corn dogs dipped in mustard. That's disgusting. That's That's the most disgusting shit I could ever imagine in my life. Look,
Ooh.
Becca, there we go. I don't like mustard either. Thank you, friend. Okay, thank you, friend. The reason says CMoney's worst fear is mustard and the magic stick. God damn it.
God damn.
Trying to dip a magic stick into some mustard, you really freak him out.
Whoa. That's
Fucking Baldur's Gate 3.
Whoa.
I don't think Ray knows about the magic
I
stick.
don't. I don't know what type of magic
Let's
stick
leave
you're
it
talking
that
about.
way.
I don't
All right.
know. That sounds perverted. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh man.
Listen,
BG3,
just
Ray,
stay
just
away
be
from Baldur's
careful.
Gate 3. Okay. Especially, yeah, you don't wanna. Listen,
Yeah.
Cypher says it wouldn't be a night shift if it didn't go off the rails. It was Friday night.
Right?
It's fucking long time. I don't even know what's happening right now. I don't even know where this
Oh, what
ends.
did
or
somebody
what
said?
begins.
She said, when I was a kid, I used to eat condiment packets of mustard. What kind of shit is that?
What?
Who said that?
Sappho said that shit. Why?
Fucking click it. Can I click it?
Can I click it? I don't think
Wait.
I click
What
it. Sappho
is
said it. It's
Oh, yeah, I found it. When
8:35.
I was a kid, I used to eat condiment packets of mustard. God damn it, Sappho. Mustard,
Why?
really?
That's the
Why?
Really?
Why?
Hey Sappho, you disgust me.
Right, you are saying no mustard passwords in money. You're missing out.
That's disgusting, yo. That's disgusting.
God.
Oh, Hyper King, I love mustard. Oh, god damn
man.
it. You know what? This is the thing. This is the beauty of this. I don't believe you. I just refuse. So you can say it all you want. I just refuse to believe that anybody can truly love mustard. You know, in some parts of the world, I'm sure somebody eats dog shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, there's protein in there. Okay. Doesn't mean
Mustard
that's
is
something we
not
should
that
be promoting.
bad. You don't eat it by itself, but on a hot dog with relish and ketchup and a little mustard, listen, it's banging.
Listen, I'll give
that's
you
a-
a hot dog with some mustard on it and see how that goes down. All right. Let's see how that goes down. All right. I'm excited for that one.
What is wrong with Master Rick over here? Oh man, they go for this. They're not gonna stop. This every time you showed them. See, this is what I did. See, this is what I did to my chick. I showed them a weakness one time. I told them about my height, and then they won't let it go. So now every single time they see you, they gonna bring up mustard. This is the chat that we go cultivate.
These are our homies. Oh, Rocket Scientist back. CMoney missed the shift key on D4 on my keyboard. I left my ass off. Oh my god.
It's wild.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
OnlyFans.
Silent Cypher says, my OnlyFans account is pics of my toes in mustard. Oh my
Hold
god,
up.
I would literally die, bro. That's disgusting, man.
Hey, I bet you won't do it and put it in Discord.
Oh my god. Oh my god. CMoney's
You guys are
weakness is
wilding.
mustard. This is what's happening right
Your weakness is
Listen,
mustard.
honey mustard is different though.
Well, that's not really mustard.
Team mustard.
No,
Okay,
no, team mustard. Cypher type 1. Cypher type 1.
Team
He's like, I'm team mustard. Cypher type 1, thank you, brother. Final super chat.
Thank you, baby.
Xbox needs to come out with clear messaging and clarify if mustard is good or not.
Come on, Pickle.
We'll never. Now every time he invites somebody to the show, he's gonna ask them, "Hey, do you like mustard?
You like- Let me know in the chat.
Thank
You
God.
like mustard? You can't be on this show."
You know what? Now that we just said this, listen, I'm gonna put the fucking poll up right now.
Oh my God, no.
It's happening.
You know what?
happening.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do it just to troll you. You don't do it to
No,
yourself.
no. They're gonna be like,
Hey,
nah, this is disgusting.
Vic is in the chat. Vic do way nastier things than mustard.
Oh my god. Spartan 661 says, check out the Lusty Monk mustard. Is that a real fucking thing? Lusty Monk mustard?
I don't know.
That can't be real, right? It sound.
No.
He couldn't have made that up.
I don't believe that shit.
Is that real?
Let's see.
This
Let's
shouldn't
see.
be
Thank
no
you for the
anything
$2
named
super
Lusty?
chat.
No,
No, it
Lusty?
is. It's real. It's real.
Oh.
Is it? Oh my
No.
God.
It's a real thing.
Well,
yellow?
CMoney, I'll be picking it up tomorrow.
Is it yellow?
It's in a
Is it the color
jar.
that's a problem? You hate yellows?
It's in a jar.
Maybe.
Maybe he don't even know. He just hates it. Oh no, let's see.
I'm afraid to even mention Grey Poupon, man.
Hey,
What the fuck is that? Isn't that that's just another
Butter.
fancy mustard?
That's like the expensive mustard or fancy
Okay,
mustard.
but
or
listen to what you
something.
said, poo poo. Okay,
$36
mustard.
$36 for some
Some
mustard.
mustard.
What?
34
Yeah.
colors.
$36 for some mustard. That what that lusty monk mustard is.
Martin, what the fuck,
I don't
bro?
know.
What?
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Where you
That better
getting
be
that
in the
lusty
drawer
monk
or
mustard,
something.
Spartan? Listen, first of all, that takes a massive amount of love of mustard.
Yeah.
Okay, so just right there, I have to question everything that I know about you. Okay, immediately. All right, fucking $36 for a container of mustard.
Oh, it's a
God.
three. It's a 3-pack. So I guess you got to.
All right,
Better
there's three
be
of them.
like
So it's
three
$12.
oils
a
in
bag.
that.
But that's
That's
still
wild.
that's still like $12.
Yes.
Nah.
God, yo, the next super chat is gonna murder you, Ray Ray. Oh God,
Oh
They
my
always
God.
murder. They always murder me. I'm used to it.
Vic the motherfucking click says we don't let go of your height, but God did.
Oh,
Damn!
Vic, yo, we doing this, Vic? We doing this, Vic? I got stuff to do today, Vic, and this is what this was. I birthed you, Vic. I birthed you. Remember that. Remember that.
That was fucking heartbreaking.
I made you who you are, Vic, and this how you gonna come at me. It's who, it's a Friday. You know I ain't got no fight in me. It's how you do me. You ain't
So
shit.
messed up over the mustard. So
Oh my God.
oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
Damn.
Hey, be honest, that's really mild than what I usually get. I get, oh man, y'all just don't know. Y'all
Yo,
just
he
don't
said, but God did. All right.
Yeah, that's mild. That's really mild to what they usually do. Him and Dave
Damn.
Reezy and the rest of them, yeah, they don't stop.
Oh my God. They wildin'. Jonas the dad said mustard, meat, magic stick, PlayStation, corn hub, search. Oh my God.
Oh no.
That,
no.
Can you imagine? That's
I should
God,
ask.
now I'm thinking about the idea that people actually rub fucking mustard on his body, just like that guy said.
That was
pretty
him.
gross.
That was Jonas the dad.
Oh, it's Jonas. That's why. Just like you said it. Now I feel like this is a thing. That's just that's
Hey,
wild.
hey, Salvo said,
Listen.
would you eat mustard for charity?
no. Fuck the
Oh
kids.
man. Not even, fuck the kids. God, fuck
Damn.
them kids.
Damn, see, he just said charity. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say what kind of charity.
He went to the worst one of all.
Made me feel bad about the kids. I
He
was
was the worst. He went to the worst one.
didn't
He
even
said,
know about
fuck
the
it. Oh. He said, you don't need to
Oh
live,
my
kids.
God.
He said, fuck y'all, make a wish.
Shit.
he said
Talk about the Make-A-Wish.
oh,
Weebly
no.
mustard, chicken
Weebly
chicken.
Oh no. Oh,
Oh
this
my
is
God.
this is
Oh my
this is-
God.
Oh,
Simon Cypher says Vic knows the power of mustard. Oh my God. Fucking Adidas getting in there too, man. Her, him, and mustard.
Oh no. Oh no. And the kiss. Oh no.
He thought mess up our show, see?
I don't know what happened. Hey, PAX can't take shit back, right? They can see us.
No, they can't.
They watch this part.
No, they
They're
can't
like,
take
"This
it. It's too
motherfucker's
late.
not media. What are we
It's too late. It's too late. It's already too late.
Okay.
They let y'all in the door already. It's already too late.
There better not be no mustard there. I tell you that much.
I'm 100% sure.
Somebody will reach now.
I'm pretty sure 100% sure they have a stand somewhere and the person got mustard on a hot dog somewhere.
Oh my God. Can you imagine, like, I go to PAX and I know Phil doesn't come to these, but Phil Spencer's there and he's like, hey, see, buddy, nice to meet you. He's like, just hold on while I eat my hot dog right now. He just
With
starts
some
squirting mustard, like a profuse amount of mustard on his, just like drizzling it. It's coming off the sides of the bun, like just no need. It just starts, and like, I hate you. That's what would happen. You see, that's why you can't meet your heroes. You can't meet your heroes because
Oh
they
my
might
God.
like mustard. And that's just the reality.
That's why. That's exactly why I see money.
Can you imagine you found out the person that you think is so amazing and they like mustard?
For
Come
you?
on, man.
Well, I met Emmett. Hey, Emmett Smith was my favorite player. I met him. He was an asshole. So he probably
Emmett
like
Smith
mustard
was an
too.
asshole?
Yeah, he was. He was kind of asshole.
Yeah, Emmett Smith was the shit.
Oh,
Yeah, he's an
man.
asshole too.
Well, I guess it's all good.
He-
Did he tell you ain't got no shot paper?
no, hell no. Oh, we would have been fighting. I already got a shortbread complex. We had to square up right then and there. Like, you don't tell me what I can do. I can beat somebody one day.
Listen, rocket scientists just explained it all to you, so you can stop thinking that I'm crazy. One cannot say
Oh,
mustard
damn.
without turd. Okay,
He ain't
it's
wrong.
in
He ain't wrong.
the word. Okay, guys, they just do the what the Jamaic spelling of mustard. It's just supposed to be with a U, but they put the A. They swap it to trick you. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Apple says, "Tell us about your booster seat, Ray Ray." God
Hey, Sappho, my feet's always on the ground when I sit down. 10 toes down. And I mean it. All times. My feet don't even go to the ground. I just slide my feet on the
cut the
ground.
bottom of cut the bottom legs off your chair.
Exactly. They always on the ground. I have no problem. I don't need no booster seat. I sit when I drive my seat all the way in the back seat.
What happened, guys?
Hey, obviously they didn't warn you when I got here. They didn't warn.
That's right.
The chat told you to bring me, but they didn't warn you what comes with me.
Yo, Ray Ray, you got a booster seat?
I ain't got no booster seat. Don't listen to her.
Don't listen to her.
She's somebody who eat mustard condiments all day. So why would you listen to her over me?
Wait, eat your mustard packets and move on.
Go eat your Heinz packet, Sappho, and be happy.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
man.
Oh my
Simon
God.
Simon says, "Okay, Google, look for mustard prawn." No,
Nope.
Don't do it.
No, thank you.
not
And
doing
what I'm
it.
thinking
Not
about
doing
is, hey, Sappho got like a whole bunch of condiments on her like nightstand. There's a whole bunch of mustard condiments all night.
Every night she just grabs one.
She just it just
fucking sucks.
That's all she does.
Like the motherfucker from Goofy movie with his cheese.
Exactly. It's just everywhere. It just mustard all on her pillows and the sheets and everything.
Oh my God, that's so disgusting.
You don't even
yo.
clean it.
Oh my God.
You started this, Sappho. I left you out of it.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Ryu Art says, "Vic, be the bigger person and give Ray Ray a step ladder."
Damn.
You too, Ryu. I thought we were cool. This is what I do. I do this for y'all. This is how I've been treated. And then I even told the story about how I got the 2-step ladder around the house because my girl, they be trying to put stuff at the top shelf and shit. I don't play that. So I gotta put the step ladder on it. It's like a 2-step deal. I'm right at the top of the thing, so I don't play that.
Oh my
Put stuff
God.
on the bottom shelf, not at the top shelf.
That's fucking hilarious. Sniper Type 1 says the new On Point for Gamers show, Mustard Quest. Nah, man.
With this Sunday.
Nah, chill.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Oh, yo, I don't even know if we're gonna have subscribers after this shit. I don't know what's happening right now. But Voidlock says Ray Ray feet swing.
My feet don't swing. Feet on 10 toes down, sir. They right on the ground right now. Hey,
Oh my God,
y'all
I
keep
picture it too.
y'all keep paying them to say stuff about me.
Baby. Look.
They were paying to say stuff. This is how much they like getting. They will pay to talk to
Ray
you.
feet.
My feet don't swing.
Oh.
This gonna tell you that right
My feet don't swing.
That's
He does
messed
the
up.
toes because it's the tippy toes that are touching the ground. That's why his toes are always down.
My feet on the ground right now. 10 toes out. 10 toes down. I'm making sure I'm looking right now to make sure they on the ground. Boy, like, boy,
Oh
like
my
you're not
God.
shit. You're not shit, boy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. God damn. Oh my God.
Oh my
I can't
God.
believe
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe y'all right now. I can't believe y'all right
Rocket
now.
Tyson says, "Oh my God, my eyes tearing from this." Jeez, love you guys.
Yeah,
Love you,
y'all like
baby.
y'all
Yo,
ain't shit.
Mav
Yeah, yeah.
is probably gonna stab somebody right now. He's like, "Fuck me!"
Oh my God.
I'm
Wait,
so
wait.
sorry.
I gotta put this on.
This,
This is taller than
this is what I get
Oh,
for being
man.
y'all champion.
Oh my God.
See, this is Vic's
Oh my
fault.
God.
Anytime Vic somewhere, this is what happens. Vic, you ain't shit, Vic. You, Day Reezy, Sifo,
Oh
Void
my
Lock,
God.
Ryu, Rocket Scientist. I'm gonna remember all y'all.
Oh my
Maybe not
God.
next Wednesday, but whatever day we go. No, it's Saturday. I
That's
got a show
all-
Saturday. Saturday morning. Hey, y'all be ready.
I can see
Hey,
this tweet. The
hey.
feet swinging from
My feet is on the ground. Hey, on the Ray Ray Was Right show the Saturday, y'all show up because y'all be ready for you. I'm gonna have a good night's sleep too.
Oh my God. All right,
Oh
all
my
right, all
God.
right. We gotta get the fuck out of here. We're
Oh,
fucking cracked out
What
right now.
happened, guys?
I don't know what took place. I don't know where we
Who
are.
brought up mustard?
I don't
This was-
know. I don't know what happened.
Hey, I don't
know
like the
how
little
this
Bill
started.
joke. That's not how-
Lil Bill, I saw that.
That's unnecessary. That was just unnecessary. That was.
Ray, do you need up?
I hate you, Day Reezy.
oh, man.
Y'all never get my y'all not getting my think about it like this. Y'all trying to get my chapters. This not my show. It's their show. You taking their chapters away.
Ray, need y'all, please.
They,
Come here.
hey, Day Reezy, whatever Day Reezy say, he Google his jokes, so don't worry about him. He has a whole long list of them.
Right, you are says, Ray, I dare you show the swinging feet on Discord.
I bet you I won't. That never happened. I bet you I won't.
Ray,
Still going.
Look says, Ray Mario jump up the staircase.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, they gonna empty their bank accounts talking shit about me.
Oh my God.
Y'all ain't shit.
Yo, is it?
Y'all ain't shit. Chat, y'all ain't shit. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my God.
Whew.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
How was that poll, baby?
Oh, I forgot about the poll. Hold on. Let me read this shit right. They lying.
Oh my God.
Lying. They lying. 78% says yay to mustard. I'll believe that shit. I don't believe that shit. You
I
can't
told
fool
you she
me.
left that alone. Told you she left that
No,
alone.
I'm gonna shut that shit down right now. I'm gonna shut that shit down.
It never happened.
Never happened. And Paul, delete the existence. Nobody saw that shit. Gonna lie to me. My own goddamn show. You trying to play me? All right. Listen. Let's get out of here. I don't want Mav to send assassins looking for
Fuzzy.
looking for Fuzzy. Gotta get him out of here. God damn it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for
Thank you guys so much for rocking with us.
hilarious. Look at Cullen Prime out here talking about mustard. I like mustard and ketchup on my hot dogs. Newsflash: if you just put ketchup, it tastes better. Welcome. You're welcome. I got you. Let's get you out of here, Fuzzy. Thank you so much for being here and laughing with us. This was really fucking fun.
Yo, I had a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we can't go yet. Rocket scientists won't let it happen. Ray, I didn't say shit. I'm tall as a fire hydrant.
Oh no. I'm not that short. Hold on. I'm not classified as a dwarf or nothing. I don't know. I'm okay.
Oh, man. Oh, man. This
Oh,
was
Fuzzy,
definitely
why
a
don't you-
blast.
Yo, why don't you let us all know where to find you? I know you ain't gonna have this much fun in your next show.
We'll probably go off the rails. I don't know if it's going to be like this, but we will go off the rails at some
Oh my
point.
God.
But man, oh man, this was awesome. For
Thank you
those
for
that
being here, man.
Thank you for
were
rocking with
interacting
us,
with us in
Fuzzy.
chat, everybody that hung out with us, this was cool. Had a blast. My jaws are hurting, my cheeks are hurting, man. I'm gonna be warned before this next podcast, but For those interested, I'll be on Xbox Ultimate on Fun Speculations channel in probably like the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, just follow me on Twitter at Fun. Oh, I was about to say Fun Speculation. At Belvedere.
It's all the mustard
right now.
Listen, I just got a message from Mav. He says if you like mustard, don't come to his fucking show. I didn't make that shit up. I don't know. I can't speak for Mav. He wrote it. He said that you're a dirty bitch if you like mustard.
Dirty mustard lover.
Fucking dirty mustard lover.
No, he
He
definitely does.
Like mustard, I love you anyways. Go ahead. Go ahead, Fuzzy.
We love you, baby.
We had a conversation like that about different milks, like regular milk, chocolate milk, and strawberry milk. But we'll get into that some other time. But,
we don't want to start a milk conversation.
Oh, no.
All night, baby.
Oh no.
No, this
Jigga
was
J's
fun.
back.
We gotta definitely do
Ray
this
Ray
again.
played as Quato in Total Recall.
You old as hell,
Ray.
Jagger J. You old as hell that you seen Total
You
Recall,
old as hell,
bro. With your old ass.
man.
With your old ass.
Silas says, Ray Ray, didn't see you there. Great to hear you, sir. Damn.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Stone Cold Steve Austin used his brother tweeting me like that. That's messed up.
Oh,
I don't know why. I gotta take shots at everybody else because y'all over there. I was minding my own business over here. Minding my own business.
oh my God, Ray Ray, we gotta have you back, man. This was fucking hilarious.
Anytime.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ray Ray, let everybody know where to find you, man. Thank you for coming, bro, by the way.
You no problem. Y'all can always find me on Twitter at Babyboy Ray. Y'all see the picture, it'll be that picture. Or y'all can
Is that like a lifelike image of you?
No. That's not a life. The one on the YouTube, I didn't already have my face revealed, but I just don't have a camera. That's the
That
real
shit look like
reason.
you cameoed in Boss Baby.
Hey, that was hey, I made that a year ago in AI with an AI thing. I just,
Oh, you grew a little bit from that one?
Nah, I'm way taller than him, man. He about 3 foot. I'm leasing the 5.
At least he's not even short.
But yeah, y'all can find me on. I run the XCC podcast, the Xbox Echo Chamber, and I run the Ray Ray with Ray show on Saturdays. And the YouTube name is Ray Ray. You just type in Ray Ray Xbox, and I'm the only one that comes up. So
Let's go.
Oh man, yo, we had a fucking blast.
We had a
thank you guys
blast.
so much.
Guys, thank you for
Shout
rocking
out
with
to
us.
everybody who's still here. Y'all the real ones.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go.
Y'all stood an hour through all
Your
this
mustard
bullshit
talk.
that we just talked.
y'all did an
Y'all
hour.
the real ones, yo.
Hour.
Dead
We're
ass.
real friends.
They did an hour just to talk shit. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
just to talk shit. Yo, y'all need to join our Discord. All right, get in there. All right, it's linked up there. Don't talk no mustard in our Discord though. All right, I'll block your shit real quick. Delete you. I'll welcome you. You say mustard, you delete it. All right, let's get him out of here, Fuzzy. Man, look, Mav is crying right now. He's like, "Where's Fuzzy?" We're talking about mustard. All right, guys. With that, we're out. Catch us Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday will be live, 10 a.m. Eastern, and then we'll tell you about the rest of the shows after that. Thank you guys. We love y'all all. Y'all the shit. We out this bitch. We're gonna end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Until next time,
You're intruding.
you're intruding.
We'll be right back.